Let me check. Gotcha.
And we are live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I told you that we would be back, and back here we are with me once again. Tux, Tux, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Max, how you doing yourself?
Doing pretty good after what we just seen. Couldn't be really described as anything less than the slaughter of Sinful from the likes of Third Eyed Gaming. Let's see if it's going to be the same outcome here tonight as we are going to watch Farside Gaming go up against the powerhouse that is Mishmash Gaming. First map, of course, is going to be Clubhouse. Oh, are they
Mishmash
ready up? They're already
representative,
ready up.
the Storm sect of the Mishmash cult, coming in very strong, very tough competitors here. And the first map is going to be very similar to what most games at this level play will be like, as Coastline is more of a mixed map, not really favoring gunfights or strategy. It's got kind of that even roll with both gunplay and with engagements strategically at least. Both teams washed and ready for this. Have had a lot of time to prepare. Had a good session before this. And this first map is F6's map. So, you hope to see them win. They hope to see them win. Imagine we'll see something like a 4-2, maybe a 3-3 split, because these are very good teams.
And as we are getting into these ban phases here, wasting pretty much no time to get these bans out, already know exactly what they were going to do for both the attack and defense. It looks like we are going to have a Maverick, Habana, and Mira taken off of the board. I mean, nothing really surprising here. Bans that we have been seeing completely across the board for this map for pretty much all team. Only thing I would say is that the Habana would usually be replaced with the Thatcher. However, seeing that Farside Gaming FG is on attack first, not really any point in trying to hurt yourself more than once there. So, glad to see that that is going out. Just one moment as I try to tell my dog to stop barking.
There's not a whole lot of opportunity to use the Mira in those bans. They're a little conventional, a little unconventional there. Mira is always a safe ban though because there are those crazy strats, and Mira is a very, very powerful operator, especially in the right hands. And it's something you're not prepared to deal with, like a crazy strat with a Mira. She can be detrimental. Can be that the nail in the coffin to win a round. The other bands pretty conventional. A Maverick, obviously. It's a very strong ban on Coastline and Clubhouse alike. Clubhouse, they have that jacuzzi wall. Maverick basically nullifies all of that and leads to a very good round being played out without kind of a crutch that is Maverick.
Yeah, and of course, one thing I wanted to point out with both teams here, like you were saying before, it's not going to really be based out on gunfight. It's not going to be really based on strategy. More of an evenly played map. I think the biggest thing that's going to be winning these rounds here, for both teams, especially for how well they play, for how well they are organized, for how well they know their rotations and map, is going to be how much time can each team waste for the attackers. And right now, so far, we don't really see any roamers. We're not really seeing anybody rotating their way upstairs. So they might be starting off with what possibly could be a strong downstairs hold. Yeah, it is going to be looking like a strong 5-man downstairs hold. But yeah, the biggest thing that's going to be something you want to look at here is how much time can they waste stopping the attacking team from pushing their way down below. Same thing's gonna go with Farside when they switch over and take off their defense. But it looks like Chopper Tom, complete flip side of that, is using this potential and using this time to realize that nobody is upstairs to make his way with Simple and already get complete topside control of this site. And he is going to start pushing his way down.
Yeah, and that's going to be a very, very important just wedge for them to drive into this round coming up. Obviously, the 5v5 still in play, but the attacker's in a very good position, having already cleared most of the map out. 2 minutes left on the clock leaves plenty of time for both teams. Obviously, give attackers plenty of room to work with, plenty of time to work with, as there doesn't appear to be any defenders looking for anything cheeky upstairs. Instead, a 5-man anchor hold. Kind of conventional on this site. Arsenal and Church, both very tight, very close quarters engagements that favor those defender weapons, favor the people holding the angle. So, nothing too crazy here. We do have the cam and the ADS in blue at the janitor prepared for the secret push just in case it's coming out, and that Gridlock looks eager to take it as the rest of the attack puts themselves in a position to both support and kind of distract as she gets kind of a line of attack, if you will.
Of course, the thing I want to point out here that we didn't really see a lot of last game, their drone work on the likes of Farside Gaming is insane. We have seen so many drones be put downstairs, so much of this intel utility just not letting any of the defending side have even a moment's rest when trying to find out where their positions are. Crisis even getting open the hatch into Motorcycle, will open that up, dropping himself down into this 90 hallway here to get this wall open. And with this castle being kind of left open there. Ooh, nice C4 by the way to get Nomad the first kill, as well as another. He's gonna go for one, and oh my god, he just can't seem to be stopped. Oh my, Nomad, right one after another, is gonna get immediate 4K as he is just gonna take everybody down. He's gonna try to go for the ace, realizes he's in blue, and Nomad to start the round will go for the ace.
And that's just exactly what you want to see. Exactly what you want to see. And that is about the best start of a game you could imagine. And that is very, very troubling for the opposition, as going into this match, they have to deal with a guy pulling a deagle ace out of thin air. Farside is not looking too strong right off the bat, is out of nowhere. MMG just comes swinging with a deagle ace. I mean, you don't see that every day.
I mean, I would expect nothing less from the likes of Nomad being a champ player, one of the top, I believe it was 30th players in the world, something around like there. Again, would expect nothing from the likes of him and his team, but we can't put out the fact that FG had an extremely strong start. They got the intel out where they needed. They got out a lot of good frags and opened up a lot of good angles. Unfortunately, though, they were not ready for the sheer stopping power of what was Nomad. Nomad even said before the game he was going to come out straight out of the gate, first round in, and boy did he not lie, dropping that deagle ace out of nowhere. As now we are going to move up to CCTV cache.
And as we move up to CCTV cache, the defenders scurry around, setting up their defenses, running a semi-typical comp, kind of unconventionally, 2 Electros on this team, both the Bandit and the Kaid, obviously there to make sure that no wall is gotten. And a very strong setup being held with the Castle and the Maestro, as well as the ADSs. Jaeger probably being the best up in the game, if at very least not one of the very best defenders. With those ADSs, I mean, they have so much utility to save lives, give your team gunfights, great utility. Mixed with the rest of this team leaves for a very, very hard attack. Farside.
Yeah, but I mean, again, really right now it's going to be the first thing that's got to be, at least for me anyways, on Farside's mind is how are we going to stop Nomad from repeating what he did. You see, and the messed up thing is they didn't do anything wrong. They opened up the right angles. They got the drones out where they needed. They pretty much did everything right other than take down Nomad when they had the chance. This might be a little bit different though. Seems like Sleepy Cat is going to get droned out from below. Let's see how FG tries to push him out of this little area.
And FG definitely trying to get him out of there, because as long as he is in lounge, he is a massive detriment to them. He's in a position where he can deny a push entirely by himself with no support, so they have to delegate a lot of manpower to him, and they're finally going to manage to take him out, giving the attack that instant advantage, that instant gratification. Zaki is scanning through the floor, looking for a cheeky little kill here. She's not going to find anything, but she's still going to look as the rest of the defenders rotate around, trying to get a better position to avenge their fallen comrade. The attack, just looking for anything they can get their hands onto now. Zephy's going to go beneath, try to take out those electro wires. Thermite is prepped and ready to take the door. And we lead to the final stages of the round, despite how much time is left.
And with Simple going down below, he is not only going to get that line of sight open, he's also going to take down Nomad. Nomad being on the Bandit, the person who just got the ace a round prior. They didn't realize that they had taken him down, but at least now they are going to be able to get this wall open, and they're going to have a little bit more of an angle over into CCTV. The biggest thing we got to talk about here, though, is this Cade sitting on top of the garage. Chopper Tom, being one of the top fraggers known in Collective, is going to have to be tasked with taking him down by himself.
Yeah, and in a situation like that, it just leaves you wondering what happened. It's now a 4v3 as the IQ will get the frag out onto the Kaid. 40 seconds left on the round, and IQ getting a double kill. Chopper Tom, as you mentioned, some amazing frags coming out from him. He's going to take out the Bandit as the Jaeger refrags onto the Thatcher. Evolving this round. 25 seconds left. The plant is down from Thermite, though, with Nomad IQ and Thermite still alive. Maestro, a massive play alongside Jaeger, evening it from a 3v2 to a 2v1, just like that. They're looking for the last guy downstairs in Garage. They're looking and they are hunting, but it's not gonna matter, as the Nomad, out of nowhere, whips around and pulls out a two-piece to secure the round for her team.
And when you say it's not going to matter at all, it really doesn't matter at all. This is one of the reasons right here that you have to ban Nomad when playing against the likes of Farside Gaming. Monkey, being already known as a support player, always playing on that Nomad, that flank watch, that gridlock, has been proven time and time again that if you allow him to play on his favorite operator, that Nomad, he's going to do what he does best. Regardless of if he would have fragged out right there, he didn't even need to do what he just did. He just did it just to show off. He already had the plant down. Nomad charges were out. He could have played safe and went for the rappel up above, or rappel to the little balcony out there on there outside of CCTV, but he played it a little bit more aggressive, and it paid off in the end there, getting those picks from Garage, and congratulations to what a play that was. And instead, also, we need to picture out here, instead of Mishmash Gaming going back into CCTV, something that I was not expecting is they're going to now switch their new defense to Gym Bedroom.
And as they switch to Gym Bedroom, the setup already coming out, we see a pretty conventional hold for the start at least, in what seems to be a very strong hold. Along with that smoke, can't do a whole lot against the smoke as the attack. This is just 3 seconds in the end phase of the round, especially on a site like this where there's just so many angles to throw the smoke grenades. It's left troubling position. Of course, with the Nomad and the Zofia, it leaves a lot of free kill opportunities for the attack. So looking like it's going to be kind of a frag-centered engagement, especially on a site such as Bedroom, where a lot of closed angles come into play, and construction and logistic. Jacuzzi wall leaves a lot of frag potential.
Yeah, and we can't talk about smoke without bringing Nomad into the mix. Nomad has been known as a terrifying smoke player on pretty much any map that he has come across with it. His skill with the SMG 11 has been something to fear by every team here in Collective, and to be honest, the only team to have really taken them on and have been able to go head to head and live to tell the story were the likes of F6. So FG has a lot of pressure on their plate right now. They have got to be able to get in here, take down Nomad on this SMG 11, and still be able to stop the rest of what is Mishmash Gaming from just shutting down this attack.
Yeah, and if they don't shut Nomad down, he will just wreak havoc on them. So as the time just gets further and further down to 0, the defense just gets more and more confident in the lead and in advantage. And that just gives Nomad even more opportunities to frag out, as the attackers will be just piling up one on top of each other. Gas trying to shoot this drone now to stop the attackers from laying in. So, as IQ will be peeking the master bedroom window, just trying to break that barricade, get those lines established, get those cross angles, make the defenders scurry, make them fear. As the attackers shuffle around in an attempt to form another push, IQ not going to be able to see Nomad on top of the bed on the deployable shield, and he's going to take her out, and that's exactly what Mex was talking about earlier with those beautiful shots coming out from the SMG-11. I mean, in a situation like that with a gun that good, you just don't have a chance, and peeking is the worst thing you can do for your team. Thermite now going to be working on this jacuzzi wall, and he's going to try They're just going to try to get something for them to grab onto in this fleeting round with only barely a minute left. Nomad walking up these main stairs will finally place the attackers on the board in this round.
Yeah, and to say he didn't stand a chance was a complete understatement. Chopper Tom being known on Farside Gaming as one of the top fraggers for their team. However, Nomad on that smoke, like I said before, is a force to be reckoned with, as we just seen here today. One of the things I am going to notice here, or am going to point out, is that I really like what Reaction has done here with this bandit, deciding to give up Jacuzzi, letting them have that, and instead moving his way back around the bathroom, banning that off, and not giving them an opportunity to get another line of sight open. Icy and Sleepy Cat, though, are going to start off with their first frags. Looks like Monkey is going to answer back. It's going to be Monkey on the Nomad charge, as Nomad himself does finally get taken down. Price is going to answer back with another frag of his own, and now they're just going to push in and start going for kills. Bandit's still sitting in the bathroom. He does get the kill. Reaction taking down Crisis and tries to go for a drop shot, but it's not going to work as Monkey gets met with a drop shot of his own. 2 back-to-back beautiful kills. As Buzz Reaction, we see it here first, will take the round.
And what a beautiful play there. A very, very slow played round. And you see how it works in the other's favor when those seconds are fleeting. It just left that 1 minute left at about those last 30 seconds. It was just a slaughter fest. Death after death after death in the kill feed. And the Bandit finally able to win out that bathroom engagement as the Nomad win for the drop shot. Unable to get some success. Finally taken out. And ended in a rather clean manner. As we move on to the next round, we see very similar team comp from the attack. From the defense, the Goyo getting switched in, as well as the Valkyrie and the Legion. Looking for more of a stall kind of comp, it looks here. They managed to stall with their last comp, despite not even trying. So with a Goyo and a Legion, I can imagine they can do a great job and do even better.
All eyes are going to be on Nomad with his Valkyrie play, as we are going to have to wait and see what sort of defensive plan he has, what sort of defensive strategy, I should say, he has planned for the likes of Farside Gaming. Getting an ace the first time he was down here. I'm not saying it's going to happen again, obviously, but it would be very interesting to see him kind of pull out the same sort of numbers that he did on the first round.
Oh, it would be amazing to see 2 Deagle Aces in just a game alone, in a series, really in a month. That's incredible. One player pulling more than 1 Deagle Ace. That's insane. Nomad obviously showing out very strong in that first round. Hoping to continue that in this round. Though I doubt he'll try for the Deagle Ace again.
Attackers are moving out to
The drone phase ends.
The
attackers push up.
If I was to see a Deagle Ace again, I don't know how I would react to that, to be honest with you. But regardless of that, it looks like they are going to be doing the same hold they did. And like I said before, if it ain't broke, do not fix it. And that's exactly the mentality here with Nomad and his team of Mishmash Gaming. Is they're going to be holding the same 5-man downstairs hold. This time, however, they're going to be leaving... Oh, excuse me, I was wrong. I thought they were leaving a soft wall on the church, but instead they're going to have one on the other side.
Yeah, the backwards reinforcement can be a little disillusioning. As they finish setting up, a little late into the round, 40 seconds in to be exact, Goyo can be putting down his final shields. Most teams, most players, just seem to pick Goyo, not so much for the Goyo utility in and of itself, because if you look at his design, it's very similar to Smoke, and what he's meant to do at least. But just the fact that you can have 3 deployable shields really helps the defense out a lot. You see a lot of teams make good utility of that, especially as we've seen Farside trying to attack, obviously Mishmash Gaming. Their holds, with Goyo especially, have been very, very powerful. And you have to bring compliments to that. Compliments to the operator, compliments to the strat.
And already, straight out of the gate, Nomad doing what Nomad does best, getting off that first C4 and taking down the Nomad. That's going to be Monkey off of the board. It's always hard to say Nomad taking down Nomad, but that is exactly what he is going to do, making his way over to the central stair hold and essentially confusing the likes of Farside Gaming, as now they're going to have to try to hunt him down if they have any chance to stop him from pulling out another ace out of his sleeve.
Yeah, and he is hungry for it, with the only kill on the board having been from him. And the time is ticking down exactly how the defenders wanted to. Only a minute left. Of course, this round will be ending relatively soon with the drones having being used and the bodies being stacked up and ready for the push. And we see the moto drop from Thatcher, looking for something as the Zofia pushes down into blue, looking for the generator pick. She's not going to see it. She's going to spot out the Jaeger. She's going to miss those crucial shots, but she will finally get the kill as the 3 peek from the Jaeger comes through. She's going to be peeking the church rotate hole as she takes out another one down to Nomad, taking his opportunity from the ace. And something amazing happens. Castle and Nomad getting finished by the Thatcher, and the IQ running out shots, and now it's a 4v1 with the only Legion left in a 1v4 situation. He's playing an Arsenal, he's getting pushed, he doesn't have the ammo, he doesn't have the intel, and he doesn't have his life anymore, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, not a lot really he could do there, but again, that was looking a lot better, a lot more clean. I was pretty much predicting this beforehand, that it was going to be a back and forth slugfest between these two teams that are playing here today. But yeah, seeing the likes of Farside Gaming not letting Nomad get on top this time, not letting him pull out the amount of frags that he was the first time that they held that downstairs height, was a nice change of pace to see for sure. One thing I did want to point out there, though, is that poor Legion at those very last seconds. Unfortunately, once it comes down to that 1v4, 1v5, it's going to take a complete miracle, if anything, to be able to pull out those type of kills.
Yeah, in a situation like that where the attack just plays perfectly, you don't really have a whole lot you can do as the defense. Just kind of have to capitalize on those little errors, and when the attack just puts up a seamless execution, such as last round, can't really get those errors. As the setup rains out, you see a very similar concept the first time they attempted to hold the site, and what's looking to be like a very even game. 2-2 in. Anything that either team can get just to put them that little inch ahead they're striving for. As the round starts, defense finishing their setup and the attack beginning to form their push. The drone economy is still good. The health is still high. And the positions are still set.
Nomad is not going to be getting off of this intel roll. Instead, we'll be switching it up to Mozzie for that Commando 9. Very powerful gun to have on your side, especially with some of the frags that he plans on going up against. Nomad. Oh, I believed he was in stock, but I was wrong. It looks like that we are going to be starting this off with Skywalker spawning over in construction to make his way towards this half wall, and this is going to be what makes or breaks this round. Getting this half wall open cost the round for Mishmash Gaming the last time they decided to play this site, as well as Monkey being allowed to stay on this Nomad and get these charges out where he needed them. So big question here is, how are they going to run this same strat? It looks like instead of doing a more focus on this double wall, it seems like they are going to be focusing a little more on this garage and possibly a backside push towards construction.
Yes, that does look exactly like what they're trying to gun for here. And as the round digresses, and no one dead yet. So 2 minutes left on the clock. And the first kill will finally get rung out from Nomad. He's going to be getting that kill into the Zofia. And here he is just showing up again. Beautiful gunplay. I think this makes 3 rounds at least that he's got the opening kill. Very strong frag potential here. And not only is he playing very strong frags, he's got that intel role, so you know he's constantly helping his team. Leading to this very strong powerhouse of a player, and this very strong team, and cohorts with him.
Yeah, Nomad getting out these opening frags is definitely what is putting a toll on the likes of Farside Gaming, as he is going to pull in another, trying to rotate his way around. He is going to leave Monkey in this 1v1 situation. Yes, he did get him down, but at the cost of 2 of his teammates' lives, and now at the cost of a minute and a half on the clock. They're going to have to be able to push their way into sight with only a minute left on the clock, and they are down a whole man advantage, something that you never want to be in this sort of situation. No walls opened up yet, so they're going to have to try to find a way to push into this site. Best strat, probably construction. And that's exactly what they are going to do here.
Yeah, as they push in, and it's now a 3v5 with 40 seconds left. The attack in kind of a disadvantaged position here, looking for anything they can grab onto. Not going to find anything, as Monkey will get downed out in the middle of No Man's Land in the parking lot. As this cash door to look for a little potential kill here to get them ahead. He's just going to barely miss out some heads. They're just going to have to leave Monkey for death. Thermite and the Thatcher. The infamous combo. Push in and attempt to secure this round. For them to be looking for any opportunity to move it, and they're just going to have to take what might be a sloppy opportunity. As now in the fleeting seconds of the round, there's almost no chance to win. There is going to be a kill ringing out from the Thermite, but too much will happen at one given point in time, and they will ultimately lose it as the defense secures yet another round.
And what you just witnessed there was that 80-round clip shutting down any possibility for Skywalker to push in there and help out his teammate Crisis. I guess you could say they were in a bit of a crisis. I'm sorry. Anyways, the Skywalker was unable to get in there, getting shut down by that LMG. Please, I'm sorry, Tux, please. Please. I'm sorry, I had to get a pun in. But we are going to be switching up downstairs. First thing I'm going to notice here, unless it is going to be a 6-pick, this is going to be the first round downstairs, or the first time downstairs, I should say, that Nomad is not going to be playing on this Valkyrie. Instead, he is going to be switching up the role a little bit, switching up the playstyle, and instead is going to be going on an Ella, I'm assuming, for this roam game. Now, this could be very crucial for trying to switch this off into a 4-2 defender side on not only F6's map, but against, you know, F6's attack side. So if Nomad is able to do pretty much what Nomad has been doing all game long, if he is able to put them in a 4v2, that's going to give them a little bit of wiggle room on attack for when they have to go up against what is surely going to be an insane defense by the likes of Farside Gaming.
Yeah, and Nomad obviously, he's switching to that Ella because he knows what's up. He knows that he has the frag potential, and he's finally acting on it, picking an operator with a very, very strong gun. And he's a free kill, basically. And he's in a situation where he's instantly staring Bandit in the eyes. But he will be in a situation where he'll be fragging out relatively soon. The attack running a very, very similar cons around, not changing basically anything up, which is very conventional. You know, you want to keep the same roles. Same operators good, especially when you have strong picks like Thatcher Thermite, Zofia Nomad, and the IQ always very, very strong.
Very strong operators indeed. I was expecting a little bit more of a roam game by the likes of Nomad, but I guess he is going to be sticking it downstairs as they are going to do, once again, another 5-man downstairs hold. Now, I'm not going to be the one to question the player. I'm not going to be the one to question the strat. But it seems like wasting time down below is not going to be their strategy here when it's going to come to try to stop the attacking team. It looks like they're going to be going more for a 1v1 gunfight sort of situation, just sort of trying to stop them out these frags. But as we've seen the round, or the last round that they were here, the round prior they were on this site, that didn't work for them. Farside Gaming took a huge advantage of what Mishmash Gaming was doing and immediately took the round for themselves in a matter of 20-30 seconds.
Yeah, and while they just take the round hostage, as you say, time ticks down, and it's just looking like the constant trend of these last 1 minute, 30-second pushes coming out. And nothing just happening right now. Obviously, the Moto Hatch opened very strong for the attackers. Gives them that basically the free lane into Church as long as they play it right. They use the utility. And they use it well. Moving through the round. Everyone's still in full health. No engagements to be had. Looking like the traditional Mishmash. Very, very anchor heavy. Very, very angle watchy. Defensive kind of play. The attack poking and using their drone economy very well to make sure they get every single advantage they can before rushing into a fight. As some of them will finally move downstairs, IQ pushing down Secret. Looks like they have another body on main stairs. Sophia and Oil Pit going to be moving on Generator with the IQ to try to take out this member behind Generator. 30 seconds now left on the round. The shots will come out and Jaeger will fall to the IQ. 35 seconds left on the clock now as the attack is being pressured into pushing. The defender is going to be peeking the IQ. He's not going to be able to win out the fight. And instead, Chopper Tom is going to be able to win the fight in damage. The Monkey will secure another kill onto Nomad. And now it's just a bloodbath and a 4v1 with it being left yet again to reaction on the Legion in this unwinnable situation. And the attackers will close it out. Round 6, making it, if I'm not mistaken, a 3-3 split, or is that a 4-2 split?
That's going to be a 3-3 split for the likes of Farside Gaming. Could not ask for anything better here when they are going to be going on defense now. And to be honest, I mean, I expected nothing less. Nomad, or not Nomad, excuse me. Sorry. Mishmash Gaming not changing up anything really downstairs. 5-man hold. They did it 3 rounds in a row. You got to admit, it was definitely questionable. Had to have been, there had to have been a little bit more of a strategy somewhere in there, but unfortunately, they were not able to do that, and that led Farside Gaming to an easy victory that round. Even though they did lose health, they're very much more confident in their gunfight ability to be able to take down the Mishmash Gaming on that downstairs hold. But now, off of that, now that we are going to be switching to Farside Gaming onto defense, it seems like their first sight will be downstairs. And something I want to point out is that they're going to have a Kapkan. Kapkan not being usually played at this sort of level. When was the last time you've seen a Kapkan at this level?
I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a Captain at this level of play, but I can tell you that is a great coincidence for Farside. As the attack, it looks like it's running a very kind of rushy, a very aggressive comp with the Twitch and the Ash. Obviously, the Buck's got a pretty good gun, the AR-33 on Thatcher, and Thermite's gun, I mean, hits very hard. But still, just focusing on that Twitch and Ash especially, that tells you they might be trying something. And they even signaled it even more so with the Jackal that ended up switching to the Thatcher. That might have been the mindset behind Captain is, hey, they're going to rush, they're going to play aggressive. We need to be able to deny that.
Yeah, and with a Legion and a Kapkan combo, as well as the smoke, to kind of stop any sort of chance of Mishmash Gaming from rushing in there, I guarantee Mishmash has to be thinking their strategy over a little bit here now, as they're not going to be able to just rush their way into sight. What we are going to see, though, is a very typical kitchen take, as it seems like Reaction was trying to test the water there before opening up this hatch, letting him know, or letting his teammates know, I should say, that it is open, but Merc doesn't seem interested in opening up that hatch, instead of taking more of a garage take. And weird to see him on the roam clear. Usually we would see him working his way over towards a lot of the hatches, maybe downstairs onto the walls, but instead he is just going to be playing upstairs with his teammates.
Yeah, and it's not, I mean, it's not too unheard of. It's just a little unconventional, especially for an operator like Ash. Kind of joked at as the human drone. Can't really do a haul by yourself, but has a great gun, great killing potential. It's kind of odd to see her in that position instead of, per se, with Buck, as we see him now in a situation where he can apply a lot of vertical pressure from this hallway and this kitchen onto the defenders. Nomad, obviously on that with some crazy frag potential, running the red dot on the C8. That's something you conventionally see, but to each their own.
Yeah, and he pretty much almost just dodged the C4 to the face there, putting him at a very low health advantage. One of the Kapkan traps from the EDDs also got put out as well, and they're going to have to be careful here. Ice, playing on the Ash, usually doesn't drone out before just running into a room, and if not careful, she could easily get turned into a half-health wonder, just like two of her prior teammates as well, and that's not going to be good for her or anybody on MMG, really. But it looks like Reaction is going to be pushing up into Church. They do have a body on the table. She does see it, but not in time enough to react, as Monkey will get that first kill. Very low health, but it doesn't matter, as he is going to see Twitch first. Simple following up with another kill, not one but two of his own, dropping the diffuser upstairs in kitchen, and now he just has to play time. There's 30 seconds left and Ice is in the objective, but it doesn't matter, as it's going to be all up to him to try to have to 1v3 with no diffuser and 15 seconds left, counting down on the clock.
This is an incredibly tense situation. Ash obviously at the disadvantaged spot, doesn't look too good for him, but it does look like a very good round. Nonetheless, obviously that bloodbath rep for this showing to be very good for the defense, and they'll finally close it out with the kill onto the Ash, with Valkyrie having a pre-pattern C4 just kill the Ash as soon as he gets close enough. That's going to wrap out the round, setting it to 4-3.
Yeah, Simple could not have asked for a better play there as he rotated his way back upstairs and was able to take down the two bodies sitting up in Kitchen Hatch, or over Kitchen Hatch, excuse me, getting down that diffuser with nobody upstairs for the refrag pretty much just already in itself said, hey, you can sit back, you've won this round. So congratulations to him on that. We are going to be moving to CCTV cache for the next site. One thing I do want to mention though, however, is that a Buck play is going to be replaced with the Montang. That is not something we usually see on this site. Buck being a very valuable operator, there is still the Ash, however, on the soft breach. But with Buck being taken off, they're not going to be able to open up any real lines of sight from, say, stock. Not going to really be able to open up more than just this smallish area under crisis here at the moment. So definitely want to see what they're going to be doing here with this Montang, assumingly they're going to be using it to push up these garage stairs.
Yeah, Monty obviously very strong operator. Ash is the human drone, and Monty's the human tank. There's not much you can do against a Monty if he has a very smart team, and obviously we've seen MMG pull out some very intelligent and very well put together strat pushes and plays so far in this set. So I have complete confidence that this Montaigne might be the deal breaker for Farside, might be what finally puts them over. A little biased against, or biased towards the Monty, I guess, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Monty is pretty hype. If I see a Monty pushing, that means something awesome is gonna happen. And in a team as good as Mishmash, you know they're gonna pull something crazy with it.
Absolutely. And I mean, what else would you expect from the likes of Mishmash Gaming to sort of pull out a strategy like this? It seems like, however, Nomad is going to get the first kill. He is playing over in, wow, Strip Club. He's going to be Capital with the LMG. Don't really get to see the M2 played that often, but I am glad to see it here today. I'm more or less, though, however, waiting, here it is, for this push-up garage stairs.
Yeah, push-up garage stairs with a Monty, obviously, almost a freebie. There's very little competition has to be had. This is one of the only things that can stop its Elysian. And now Maestro, facing off with the Monty on garage stairs, he's just looking for that teammate that he knows is there. He's hugging the Monty. Will he make the mistake of getting too close? And will Merc make the play of making him get too close? Because if he can do that, he can secure it. And that's as good as a defender dead. And he will finally do it. The Monty is big enough distraction that Nomad can just walk in and take a freebie as the rest of the team pushes up and makes it a 2v5 in this situation where both Nomad and the Thermite fragging out here. Skywalker, seeing this Monty, he's just going to stand in the doorway. He's not going to get him a chance. Simple pushing down red stairs isn't going to be enough. The fight's going to get one. The knife's going to be coming out. And it's going to be an absolute sweep for Mishmash.
And they were just not prepared whatsoever for the likes of a Monty to just start pushing up those stairs. Gonna have to try to switch something around here now that they know that that's the sort of play they're gonna be pulling out. Monty very hard at any level to really counter, which is why so many people are excited for this new operator to be released on defense, but not really talking about that at the moment. One thing I did want to point out, though, is that Nomad came in with a very powerful knife there at the end after already getting a kill over in the Strip Club. And that has just kind of been the trend for Mishmash Gaming. Nomad has been sort of taking the lead and just sort of going and fragging out for his team, whereas on the other side of Farside Gaming, it's looking a lot more even. The kills are a lot more spread out. The love is a lot more, evened out, shared between the team. And you can really see it here on the scoreboard as they both sit even now. Two completely different scores, yet both sit at 4-4.
Yeah, obviously those kills being dispersed a little bit different on both teams. Powerhouse like Nomad, they just kind of rises above. It's a little to be expected, but it's excusable nonetheless. As Farside sets up their defense, looking like they're trying to do what they wanted to do last time, but without the Monty. And one very important thing I think that's going to work in the attacker's favor, might even do Nomad's job for him, is the Jackal. It's the first Jackal play we've seen in this entire series, and I imagine it's going to be pretty strong. Able to just guarantee that they don't have to worry about those roamers at all. This is going to lead to a full side push, and as soon as they can get control of Garage with that ever so strong Capital, That'll
Attackers are
be
heading
all
out
she
to the
wrote for the defenders. Them trying to hold off that Jackal and that Capital is going to be their big exit tickets.
Yeah, at least, I mean, they don't have to play with this Monty anymore, so, like, luckily for them, they're not going to have to worry about that the same way as they did before. Merc, however, oh my goodness, Chopper Tom, that is going to be a huge pick as he, through the wall, I believe, made a little bullet hole. Yes, he did, made a little punch hole here over under the jacuzzi wall and was able to take down Nomad in the first 10 seconds of the round. That's going to be the top fragger off of Mishmash Gaming and a very huge pick for his entire team. Very good. And I, again, would expect nothing less from the fragging potential of what is Chopper Tom.
Yeah, obviously a very strong fragger on Farside. Taking out Nomad nonetheless, so a very detrimental pick. That's that. I mean, that's that Capital. That's what you need. Really, if you're an attacker here, just to give yourself that anchor, that guarantee. When that guarantee taken out of the picture, it's more of a toss-up. Defenders having a massive advantage in a 5v4. Now, as Ash is pushing into construction, she's legioned her positions, announced to all the defense. She's just looking for anything, anyone that might peek that door, but no one is gonna fall for it. She's throwing in flashes, but it isn't gonna matter. She's throwing in ash charges, but it's just not gonna make a difference. As the defense sits here pretty with a minute and 30 seconds left, they could sit on their phones for all they could care, and they wouldn't have a care in the world because of how the attack is pushing this. Bottlenecking right where they need them to bottleneck, that they have the easiest time in the world holding, is right where the attack is funneling into, and that is just great if you're Farside here.
And Ice was pretty much just wasting enough time for his teammate to be able to open up this wall into cash, now letting the likes of Farside Gaming know exactly what sort of push they're going for. And I mean, regardless of opening that up, they are going to be ready for it. And as I say that, Merc will take down Monkey from down below, now getting a little bit more control to be able to push up red stairs. Instead, however, Ice is still trying to put a lot of this pressure off onto Cash, as Skywalker will finally answer back with that kill on the Merc for his teammate earlier before. And now the rest of Mishmash Gaming are going to be all in for this construction push. That's going to be a double kill by Chopper Tom. Again through this little drone hole. Sleepy Cat getting one off on the Simple. It's really hard to tell who to watch here. Reaction's going to get the one on a Chopper Tom, and they are just going back and forth for frags. Reaction coming in, though, and he will not stop, as he is going to get a huge 4K to wrap up the final kills of the round.
Yeah, and just beautiful play from him there is going to just guarantee Mishmash and just show that they are here and they are big. They are not going to be stopped by some small little fluke like a spawn peak or something small like getting damaged, maybe losing a fight in health. With players like Reaction, all of them have that potential. It's not just Nomad. That's everyone in the world saying, hey, you can call out my name too, because I'm going to do it just as good. And you see it there, and it is great to see. A play like that coming out is great for, I mean, that is just beautiful if you're anyone before our side.
Absolutely, and I'm really glad to see that underdog come out on top. Really thought it was pretty much over with Nomad being taken out that early in the round, but I'm really glad to see that his team is able to pull off those type of fragging potential even without him. A 4K sitting on the shoulders of Reaction is the reason that they are sitting at a 4-5 now. But the thing is that now they have to try to push once again downstairs after FG pretty much just took their name down below. So we're going to have to try to see what they do to switch it up here. One thing I do want to notice, though, or mention out here, is that Monkey's going to switch to this alibi play compared to what he was playing on the Capcan and when he was on attack playing those very flex operator, very support operator roles. Alibi is going to be a little bit more aggressive for his style from what we're used to seeing.
And nonetheless, he's also running that deployable shield, so it shows you this is planned. This isn't like a spur-of-the-moment thing. So if that were the case, odds are at least there'd be the impact grenades there for the quick rotations. Now, by relatively strong roamer, very good gun, good utility, and obviously there's impact. But he's got that deployable shield. That shows you that the setup is there. And obviously he's planned. So Alibi is going to be given good utility, especially in a place like Moto, where, you know, the attackers will eventually get to. And the attack, again, running this very frag-heavy comp, Jackal, the Ash, the IQ, and the staple Thermite Thatcher that I think we've seen through both our 5 o'clock game and about every single round so far in this one.
I really don't want to get off of Monkey to find out what he is going to do, but unfortunately I need to look up at both Ice and Nomad and see how they are going to be pushing in to get these roamers out. It looks like Merc is going to finally get a ping though, however. It looks like it was over by Strip, maybe possibly even Pool here, as he is going to see what is this a whole 5-man downstairs? No, there is not. There is a roamer somewhere. I just can't see where. Where are you?
Obviously,
there he is. Crisis sitting over in dirt.
He's in dirt. That 5-man site hold, very conventional on Arsenal, not unheard of, and very strong. As stated earlier, that super CQB, very tight engagement area leads to the defender advantage by a long shot. And the way that Farside's playing this just guarantees that it'll play out exactly how they want it to them. They want it to for them. But the kill will be coming out on the Jackal. Simple, going to be getting a nice C4 with his intel of those Valcams. Just putting them that much further ahead in this round.
It looks like they are going to get a little bit of visual there. Chopper Tom finding out exactly where the likes of Mishmash Gaming is at. Currently, Crisis still slaying over in dirt. And yeah, I mean, a minute left on the clock. They already took down this Jackal here. Monkey taking down the... taking down what was the complete top fragger of Reaction last round, and that's going to put them in this 3v5 situation. But I mean, they've came back from crazier odds. They can still win this here. Sleepy Cat is going to take down Skywalker. Simple's going to answer quickly back with the likes of taking down Nomad, however. And Icy's going to try to go for this 1v1. Does end up getting that gunfight a win against the likes of Simple. And now he's going to push his way downstairs. 2v3 situation, and they still have 30 seconds left.
Yeah, in a situation like this, I mean, it is all riding on the back of this Ash in this very powerful main stairs position. If he can find that one pick, if Ice can just take out that one defender, it puts them in this very winnable situation, the 2v2. But with 10 seconds left on the clock, puts you in a precarious moment. With all the attackers just rushing forward, trying to grab onto anything they can, but there's nothing there. And the defense responds to their efforts with nothing but gunfire and smoke. And that's going to be all she wrote for the attack on that round.
And that right there is going to be Monkey coming in with this alibi play. And I gotta say, I knew this was going to happen. Called it before the game even happened, or even started, I should say. I was expecting this to be a back and forth. I was expecting this to be sort of a gun out sort of gameplay. And you can tell all the studying, all the practice, all of the preparation that FG has been going through. Monkey being known as one of probably the most hardened coaches in all of Collective, putting his team through you can only describe as hell to prepare them for this match. I mean, I expect nothing less than to be this close with them. Nomad and his team has been known as one of the top fraggers, as one of the top gunfight winners in all of Collective. They don't really run too much strat-wise. They don't really go over too much when it goes to trying to run anything like that. They mostly just rely on how well they're going to be able to get these headshots, get these frags off, and, you know, reaction time and stuff like that. But Monkey is countering that right now with their intense rotations, their insane, like their gun skill alone, of course, as well, but their intense strats, their rotations, their call-outs, their intel, all of that has been put together and put to great use to keep them up at this 5v5 range.
Yeah, and you see just time and time again the coalition of just the teams coming together in these last few seconds, because it is running these super tight heavy rounds where now one team is etching out further than the other, and if they do, then the next round the other one just hits back harder. I mean, you saw the first round, Nomad gets a 5, he gets a D-Lix, and then after that, what does Farside do? They respond and they hit hard. They win the round by a lot, and it just comes back and forth and back and forth. So as we start this round up, you see just a very similar comp. They're running, you know, what they've been the norm on Mishmash. If I'm not mistaken, though, they do have that Monty. My screen doesn't deceive me, which it might be Zofia. Max, is that a Monty? I can't tell.
That is a Monty, yes. They are going to be bringing this Monty back in, which, again, the first time they brought this Monty on this site, it was a sight to be held as they just came in and pretty much dominated the entire team of Farside Gaming. But it might be looking a little different here this time.
Yeah, and that will definitely be a deciding factor, the Monty. And just having the presence, not so much even doing anything, the presence of a Monty is enough to disturb you enough, knowing that they have one, not knowing where he is. But I will say, Monkey playing in this bottom garage will be a very big addition to their arsenal. It is a massive boost to what they can achieve. He's going to be looking for some cheeky shots in here to lounge, maybe to pick off a head. As Monty just stands on garage door, they know the castle's there now, but now they can deal with him now. But how they do it will make all the difference. First kill gonna be ringing out from Nomad. He's gonna be taken. It's just gonna be a bloodbath. That's all that's gonna happen. It's just gonna be a bloodbath, and it's gonna be a bloodbath for Simple with a double kill, evening the round out to a 4v2, putting Mishmash down with a Monty left in a 1v4 situation and a Legion mine in his foot. What is he left to do but sit and die? With a minute left on the clock, the defenders have the easiest win of their lives, and they prepare for the next round.
He would have to pull off the most insane 4K as just a Monty. No assault rifle. He does have a shield in front of his face, but what is that really going to do for you? He's just going to, yeah, of course, he's just going to sit back here. He's going to wait for them to get greedy. He's going to wait for them to get aggressive, and he's just going to sit back in this corner and waste time. I mean, what else would you do when you're a Monty player, when you are stuck in this 1v4 situation, you only have 30 seconds left on the clock? I mean, you all play Siege. You already know what this is. There's no coming back from this. Good round for the likes of Farside Gaming.
In this situation, you can't really do a whole lot but sit there, twiddle your thumbs, and contemplate what went wrong and how do we fix it. Because with 5 seconds left now, Merc just saving the KD. Defender's getting greedy. He might not even save the KD. Nah, he will. And the round will end, and the defenders probably already focusing on the next round. The attackers definitely focusing on what went wrong. Give some good time for thought. Kind of boring, kind of not all there together, but it's fun because now that it's a match point, the chance to save this set without going to overtime falls into Farside's lap.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been back and forth this entire time, and this right here is pretty much going to be the make or break. Farside Gaming has finally started to see through what Mishmash Gaming's attacks have been like, but I mean, it's hard to really say. It's been a lot of back and forth. It's really been just based on the certain little simple picks here and there that have been costing them the rounds. But now that they're going to be going to Gym Bedroom, I gotta say, it's gonna be really interesting. We need a Gym Bedroom hold from the likes of Farside Gaming, so it's gonna be a completely new strategy. There's gonna be a completely new setup, and to be honest, I'm excited. I'm ready for it. We have been seeing one heck of a game. We have been seeing so much back and forth between these two juggernauts of collective, and I cannot wait to see what new thing they're gonna be bringing here tonight.
I can't either, and I know the people watching can't wait to see it with these two powerhouse teams coming out. And it's going to be looking like a semi-conventional strat from Farside. The rotations in the castles being made, the standard way to deny Jacuzzi wall. Nothing too unconventional here. Everything falling into standard norms and the orthodox ways to play the game in the scenarios that are given. Might be a deep run coming out from the alibi. Again, so Monkey's going to be playing that alibi. No. Yeah, he will. He will. And that just shows more and more questionable play. That's the unorthodox that you want to see in a game. That's the kind of shift that you want to look for, because that's what's going to make or break the race and determine who pulls through.
And to be fair, the last time that Monkey was put on this alibi play, he came out on top with a lot of really good kills quickly into the round. Let's hope to see him do the same thing here. What we are going to notice, though, is that we're going to have Simple playing over in cash with no reinforcements to help him, no real extra bodies there. And if he isn't careful, which, I mean, there's not really a good way to be careful with no reinforcements over here, is he is going to have to try to completely defend off cash by himself, maybe with Monkey coming in over in the side, finally putting down an alibi over here. But he's going to have to try to defend this position and not get wall banged over here from brick stairs.
Yeah, and in this situation, he's got to hold on, he's got to hang tight. With a minute down, he has plenty of opportunities to do this. Just by sitting still, he's a massive detriment to the attacker's push. And even if he dies, as long as he stalls that sweet, precious time from them, he did a well-deserved pat on the back and a great job. He's going to be rotating out now, choosing to save his life over saving the time. The attack is trying to pinch him in. I don't think they quite know that he's in instruction. They're going to be getting the drones in. Ash going to be peeking this window. Not going to be doing anything too risky. Like vaults again to try to kill the Jaeger, just looking for the narrow angle. He's not going to find it. Everyone playing pretty passive as the time ticks down further and further. And the first kill will finally ring out. Merc taking out Chopper Tom. Merc playing in Bar with the Nomad. Monkey holding down the main stairs to make sure Bar isn't even a problem they have to worry about. The attackers holding the same angles. They're finally looking for an opportunity.
That right there might have given Skywalker away as he tries to go for a peek and does see the head of one. Doesn't get too aggressive. Shots are going to go out for the pre-fire, giving away his position once again. He gets some tags off. They still don't seem to notice he's there, but they got to know he's there now. They got to realize that he's over in that position. Flashbangs are going to go out. But right there, from the other side of construction, is going to be Nomad. All he had to do was shoot down. He's going to slowly try to push up. Only gets met with Chopper Tom getting one. Quick refrag by Isis. Ice is going to take down Simple. And now it's going to be all up to Monkey hiding behind this bomb. And Crisis waiting by Jacuzzi wall. As Monkey will be taken down. And now it's going to be all up to Crisis. Crisis going in for the double. Makes his way back down the stairs. Drop shot is going to cut him off. With 10 seconds remaining, though. And they're going to have to be forced to go for the plant. Plant is going down.
Attackers are activating the bomb.
In a situation where Crisis gets double kill, he's going to pick up the 3, and he's looking for the last. He knows where he has the intel. He knows where he is. He knows where the diffuser is. It's this 1v1 Crisis in a situation where he has all the pressure put on him. The intel's being relayed. He's going for some pre-fires. He's not going to find it. Time is ticking down, and he is just wasting those precious seconds that he has left. He's looking for anything that he can grab onto, but there's nothing. There's going to be no peeks, as the Thatcher is already rotated outside. He's going to try to go for the diffuser. He's going to fake it instantly. The alibi giving away reactions position. He's going to find the shot, and he's going to win the round out, denying Crisis' clutch.
That right there was a clean clutch by reaction, getting off that final kill there. It was almost Crisis's game, and we almost seen map 1 go to Farside Gaming.
Yes, and now we go into overtime. As expected, with these two powerhouse teams, these back and forth rounds, these very, very long, very, very processed rounds. Good drone work from everyone all around, and you can see it in how everyone plays and how they've reacted. Basically, the same operators have been picked time and time again, and how they've been played has been very similar. And it is a miracle no one team has gone and strayed too far from the norm to do something incredibly crazy. Because I think really that would be the deciding factor. This team won them some very key victories, lost them one, gave them one round entirely. So you could say it was a victory overall. You could say it was a detriment overall. Doesn't really matter. Those kind of orthodox things, they work to begin with. The alibi, it works because it's unconventional. So something more unconventional, something more unheard of, might just be what a team needs to secure them.
And see, biggest thing I want to point out is that final kill off by reaction last round. He has bought his team 2 more rounds to try to take this map. Now, this is just
10
the
seconds
first map, and we have already gone in a full hour. We are in the overtime
5
rounds
seconds
right
left
now
before
because
insertion.
neither of these teams want to give up any positioning, and this is just the playoffs. Imagine what one of these teams are going to do when they hit into the finals. Right now, we are seeing these two juggernauts going head-to-head with each other, as they have done so many times before and so many times again here in the future. But for right now, it is going to be all up to these next men who is going to take this map, who might possibly take the next map as well, and who is going to take this round, or take this game, excuse me, as it looks like Chopper Tom is going to get the first down off on the Nomad. Is he going to go for
Yeah.
the finish?
Designated staging area.
And you see, almost, you want to think that the other Masters Collective teams look at this and they think, God bless that these two teams are fighting it out in the quarterfinals, because they don't know if they could deal with them in the semis. It's so much power coming out from the two teams that you're almost thankful that one of them at least will get eliminated early on, so that they don't have to rain havoc on another team. But the round is digressing very quickly, as a lot of kills will rain out, both in the attack and the defense, making it a 4v3. The situation that the attack definitely at the disadvantage, with kind of a lack of utility there. Q and Thatcher both dying. Very big problems, and not a good position nonetheless.
Not only that, those were Nomad and Reaction. Those are the two top clutch players that we have been seeing here tonight, pretty much putting the weight of the game here now onto Ice's shoulders in this 3v4. He's going to have to sort of take over the role of top fragger here for the time being, as, I mean, like you said before, not really wasting a lot of time, as he's going to start down over into this 90 hallway.
And as he does, he's going to frantically try to get something, as the Thermite will get taken out by C. Thanks to Simple denying that kitchen hatch. With Ice going right back to his main stairs, his favorite place. We've seen him play this already, what, numerous times on this map, on the Ash. The Nomad will be joining him, and they're going to try to make something out of this nothing that they've been given with. It's a 4v2 with still almost an entire minute left. Nomad looking at Moto now, trying to get a cheeky little pick as Ash will drone her in, trying to get a foothold in the site, and maybe secure this round for them in what looks like a bleak chance.
And this right here has been nothing but a rough start to what's going to be certainly a rough finish if they are unable to pull out these kills here together. They have the hatches open, they still have the diffuser, and there's still 30 seconds left on the clock. But the sort of angles, this isn't just them going up against some random team, some random 5-stack of kids that they found on rank. This is Farside gaming we're talking about. They don't get aggressive, they don't get greedy. They sit there, they hold angles, and they wait for the perfect opportunity to strike back. And this is exactly what they're doing here. Ice is going to push in, it's immediately shut down, and it's going to be Monkey and Simple to get the final kills, as they will go up around, now bringing them 1 point off from match point, or Nomad and his team taking it to a tie. Let's find out next.
And as we digress further and further, the sides will swap, and we put Mishmash on the defense and Farside on the attack. So we've seen both teams performing very well on defense and very well on attack. It's anyone's game at this point. Obviously, Farside hoping to close this series, this set, this map out, progress further into the match. But Mishmash wanting quite the opposite. They want to drag this out as long as possible. They want to stall 3 minutes if they have to. They want to stay in this at all costs. Call for very intense plays, and we see both teams delivering high intense gunfights, very strategic pushes, and a very thought out both hold and push from both sides. And we see yet again just the same operators being picked over and over again on both sides as they prepare to do the same thing they've been doing, staying inside the lines and playing very well with what they do.
Yeah, this team wanting to give up here, as we are going to see the final match point deciding to be CCTV Cash, what was supposed to be Basement, and instead got switched around. Luckily though, Gaming, they have the perfect lineup and the perfect operators for such a site and for such a hold. Now, we've seen a lot of back and forth rounds with Mishmash Gaming on this site. We've seen a lot of back and forth rounds when it came to Farside on this site. This right here is pretty much going to come down to nothing more than who wants it more and who's willing to go for that extra shot. There's really not much else to be said here other than these two teams have been just not giving up no matter what is at stake. They are willing to go the extra mile to make sure that neither team goes up an extra point than what they have to.
Yeah, neither team wanted to get too aggressive here. Neither team wanted to stray too far from their comfort zone, although that might be what finally breaks them. All Farside needs is this one last push, this one last effort, and they can finally get that sweet break from the endless barrage of attack that is Mishmash Gaming and their powerhouse team. And if you're Farside here, all you want to do is get this opening pick. If you can get rid of Sleepy Cat, if you can just dislodge him out of lounge, you can do that fast, you can do that efficiently. You're looking for the game. That's all you want, your Mishmash.
Yeah, and they're going to be looking pretty much for the biggest opening of their life here as Farside Gaming is going to work their way into this site, work their way to put as much possible pressure onto the likes of Mishmash Gaming as humanly possible. Because the thing is here, if they tie this map, then they're going to have to take it to map 3, and that means they're going to have to win 2 maps in a row to get up. And to be honest, I can't see that happening going up against the likes of Mishmash Gaming. It's gonna be a lot easier said than done up against a team like this, as Farside will be getting open this half wall into CCTV already, sitting on the top of the garage just waiting for his opportunity to strike.
And as Mozzie's looking for an opportunity here in the rafters of garage, anything that he can grab onto to give his team that little extra umph in this round. Obviously, very strong position that he sits in. And the first frag will finally come out, and it's onto the Mozzie. That's going to be Nomad. That's going to be him out of the equation, unable to do anything to help his team, leaving them in a very bad situation. As the Zofia pushes up, she's not going to find reaction, but it doesn't matter, because it's a frag fest from the rest. Chopper Tom will find one, and just the rest of the team collapsing, leaving Jaeger in this very unwinnable situation, and it will get closed out thanks to the Zofia of Simple, and that will be all she wrote. Farside Gaming winning the first map 8-6, avoiding the tie.
Yeah, and hard-fought victory doesn't even begin to describe the sheer struggle and crawling through those rounds that we just seen by the likes of both Farside Gaming and Mishmash Gaming as well. It was not a close start. It was not a, one-sided event in any time throughout this entire game. It has been head-to-head, lethal, back-to-back frags, back and forth, one after the other, just non-stop sheer firepower from both teams, as now we are going to be moving to Cafe. Oh, I am wrong. We do need a 5-minute break or a quick 5-minute halt by Monkey over on Farside Gaming. Probably having to use the bathroom, which, of course, I do not blame him after that. That was a very long round. That was a very long match. That was a very intense match as well. I'm assuming a lot of them need to just take a second to take a breath, use the bathroom, maybe even grab a drink, do whatever they got to do to kind of, talk out what their next strategy plan is going to be. But either way, I am more than happy to oblige that offer. While they are in the middle of doing that, though, while they are in the middle of doing whatever they got to do for the next 5 minutes, Cafe, how are we thinking this map is go? Personally, I think it's going to what we just seen on Clubhouse, but Tux, man, what are your thoughts for Cafe?
I mean, Cafe, it's a very similar map to Clubhouse in that, it's not really favoring which team necessarily has a better strategy. It's more even. But unlike Clubhouse, which is a more defended-sided map, Cafe is it's more 50-50, right? It's less one-sided. And what makes it even better is MMG is Cafe's map So sure, they lost Clubhouse. That's fine. They don't care. That wasn't even their map. They put up a great fight. But now it's their ground. It's their territory, and it's their time to shine. And if they can do that good on Farside's map, I think they can do incredible on Cafe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely seeing pretty much an exact turnaround, and that's gonna be the kind of the make or break here. Watching Far going against Mishmash on their map, is that sort of fragging potential, is that sort of energy that they were putting out in the last map that we just seen going to carry over, or did they exhaust a lot of their resources? They went very hard in that map. They were a very strong team. They did a lot of power, but then again, they have been training very, very long and very, very hard for this opportunity to take down this team. So they're going to have to work for it. It's going to be extra hard taking down Mishmash Gaming on their own map. The amount of strats that they have prepared for this, the amount of, things that we are going to see now that Mishmash Gaming had a taste of what Farside is bringing to the table, I can't wait to see what we're about to witness next.
I can't see either. And on a map like Cafe, where it is truly neutral, which side really has advantage, it just leaves all the more open-ended, just mouth-watering goodness that'll come from this. I mean, you have both very, very strong teams. Cafe is a map where strats really matter. It's not it's not like something like where Clubhouse, where you can get very frag heavy. Obviously, there are the situations on Cafe. There are those areas where it is sheer gun skill. Like you have the dining room, you have the bar area downstairs, you have the bar area upstairs, where it's these massive open areas where gun skill is important. But basically, everywhere else is this super compact, super closed off area where you're forced to have very strategical play. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of super heavy strategy Farside is going to bring because they're going to need a lot to beat MMG.
Without a doubt. And I mean, we have seen the type of energy that they're going to be bringing on attack. We've seen that in Clubhouse. Their droning potential, their call outs, their pretty much just everything about them, their use of gadgets, nothing was wasted. Their use of drones, their use of gadgets, their use of intel, everything that they did was never wasted. It was always used to the best of their ability to be able to push over and push into the site of Mishmash Gaming. Only thing now that I'm going to be expecting though is we're not going to be seeing the more defensive sided play style that Mishmash Gaming was doing on Clubhouse. On Clubhouse they had a lot on their defensive strats. They were playing a lot of people downstairs or just pretty much on site where they weren't really roaming, they weren't really putting any defensive pressure onto the attacking team. I'm expecting a complete 180 with that. I'm expecting a lot more pressure spread out throughout the map. I'm expecting a lot more roaming. I'm expecting a lot more bullets being fired down long range as the attackers try to push their way into the site. And I mean, to be honest, I just can't wait for it.
I can't see there, especially just centered around the fragging potential. I mean, we saw how strong Nomad hit on just a map that he didn't even pick. He didn't even want to play Clubhouse. You see him? He how many kills did he have? At least 15. He had 13 on like round 6. I mean, that is inhuman. You put him on a map that he's prepared to deal with, on a map that he's ready and wanting to fight. Just imagine how strong he's going to be coming out, and especially with all the utility they're bringing. I mean, I imagine it's going to be some very, very quick rounds compared to Clubhouse, which is more drawn out, more kind of reserved. On Mishmash's home territory, I feel like they're going to be a little bit more aggressive.
Oh yeah, and I mean, as we get started, nothing else really to say other than Farside Gaming has their work cut out for them. I wish them the best of luck, but man, I can't see it going the same way that last map as this map right here. Mishmash Gaming is ready, they're prepared, and this is their map. This is their time to shine after what was an amazing last game side. Or last map, excuse me.
Right?
I am sorry that this is slipping down. Let me fix this.
You good.
How is
And as we
that?
move right into the ban phase, first ban is going to be coming out. It's Kadacher instantly out. Uncommon ban, especially if you're starting on defense. It's always a good option because he is a very, very powerful operator. Banned quite often in both collective
See,
and at the pro level.
And this is going to be the biggest thing to notice here. With that Thatcher gone, I already know what it's going to be for. It's going to be for that downstairs hold on the bakery, and as well as that double wall as well. Even if you put it on the freezer, I mean, without that Thatcher, what are they going to run? A Maverick, a Twitch? This is going to be so hard to do because you are so exposed downstairs. This isn't going to be like trying to open up the wall in Clubhouse. You have to worry about the entire defending team pushing you as you try to Maverick open this wall, or they're going to have to vertical play. Like I said before, I'm expecting a roaming from the likes of Mishmash Gaming, so verticality is going to be a challenge in itself as well. But I mean, regardless, we are going to also get Mira and Echo, which are just safe bans to be brought into any map, I believe. But yeah, what are you thinking on that?
Yeah, obviously, just like, I mentioned it earlier in the 5 game. It's kind of coming out of left field, right? There's not a whole lot of mere potential on Cafe, but you could see something crazy that really is just a pain to deal with. And Mira is that operator. You can deal with her. She always that she can bring to the table a Mira window, a tight angle that you can't dislodge, something unconventional, something that you've never seen before that you just can't deal with, and that puts you in a position where you can win because of Mira. So it's always a safe ban. Echo, as always, a safe ban. And as we progress into the 6th pick phase, and we see kind of a similar loadout, kind of a similar operator selection to what we saw in Clubhouse. Obviously, we see the Doc shows a lot of confidence, a lot of fragging capability alongside an Ella. I mean, that is a very, very frag-heavy team. But how the round will play is yet to be decided.
Yeah, with Maestro not having that ACOG anymore, I mean, you got to get an ACOG somewhere there on defense. With Echo being taken off of the board, what else are you really going to do other than play a Doc? Biggest thing I want to mention, though, here is that usually all of last map, throughout the entire game, essentially, we have seen Monkey playing over on the flank watch role, playing either, pretty much just Nomad for the whole time, or even maybe a Gridlock. But he's going to switch that role over to Skywalker, who's going to give up his usual role on Thatcher and is instead going to play Nomad, while Monkey will switch his role over to the Sledge. Something I haven't seen throughout this entire map, or throughout this entire game, and I hope it plays out well in their favor.
Yeah, obviously those role switches, not very conventional, not very often seen. When you see people on a roll, they tend to stay to it rather than swap. Just see what's going to happen in the middle of a game. So you probably don't want to go for any unseen variables. Unseen playing bottom red stairs, looking at a small bakery, looking to pick off an attacker. And she might find one as one's pushing right up the small bakery door. She's going to miss the shots and she's just going to retreat. She's not going to bother playing risky. She wants to save this. And that's, kind of goes against what I figured what would happen. I figure Mishmash in this kind of scenario would be a little aggressive. Right there, we see Ella pushing down brown stairs, looking for a white hallway kill. They have a player droning in Christmas. Ella doesn't know that. If she did, be a free kill right here. She's just waiting and watching, though. And as long as that VIP door isn't touched, she's gonna take the shot and she's gonna get the kill. They get a 4v5 and a clean kill. As the rest of the round will digress.
That's going to be Chopper Tom getting taken off the board pretty early in the round. He is going to get another encounter as well. And right there, Nomad with the double kill. I expect nothing less from the man who got a clean Deagle ace the first round last map. Is going to take down 2 off of Farside Gaming and is now going to put them in this 3v5 situation with a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, and in this situation, you just kind of want to water the mouth and see Monkey get that ace 2 games in a row. If he can do it, it's a whole nother story, but just the idea is enough to make you eager. As we're going to be looking for anything he can find down in pillars. Nothing's going to be coming up, though. 58 seconds now on the clock. Time's ticking for the attackers as they need to shape up a push. Monkey obviously playing on the roof. Grenade coming out. The explosive nonetheless, not going to do anything. The Jaeger playing on piano is going to down the Thermite and confirm the kill, making it Nomad and Sledge left in a 2v5. The Jaeger will be very low health. Won't be looking like he'll be getting any, as they're really separate sides of the map. Sledge in reading now as Nomad repels down west balcony. Sledge looking for anything he can find. Nomad just trying to
15 seconds
scurry
to go.
along into the playable area of the map. Sledge running right up white stairs, getting lesioned, throwing a grenade. He's gonna get ADS'd, just like his hope. He's gonna get shredded. The Legion's gonna find the headshot on the Sledge, and the Ella of Nomad is gonna shot on the Nomad.
Yeah, and that right there, I mean, I expected nothing. Mishmash Gaming on the first round of their own map, taking it to a flawless round against the likes of Farside Gaming. Now, Farside, they're really confident on attacking Clubhouse. Attacking this, however, they don't seem to be as drone heavy. They didn't seem to be as well organized. A lot of more single spread around the map, allowing Nomad to have the freedom to sort of run around and get the kills that he wanted when he wanted them. So by Nomad pulling off that 3K there, I believe there was Action Ice getting one as well. I mean, yeah, flawless round, first round in on their map. That's got to be a confidence boost for Mishmash Gaming. Their comms have got to be going off saying, we got this. Not a single chance Farside is coming back from that. I mean, it's up to Farside to really prove them wrong.
Yeah, when you have such a commanding start like that, 5-man sweep on the first round of the enemy's map, that really puts you in a situation where you are against the wall. You got to do something, and just a matter of what they can do is very limited. They're in the situation where they need to come up. It's very early into the game. They have plenty of opportunities, but seizing them is going to be the most difficult aspect. And as we move further into this round, we see just the standard comp, not too out of the ordinary. We do see the Goyo, which is always refreshing to see. Always nice to see some nice Goyo strats coming out with the deployable shields. And Farside looking for any frags they can get their hands on.
One thing I wanted to point out here, Nomad getting open a lot of lines into reading room from pillars as well as over onto red stairs here, just trying to, I guess, play up above. Yeah, he is going to be playing up above, and this is what I was talking about earlier. I was expecting a lot more of a roam game from the likes of Mishmash Gaming, both Merc and Nomad playing off of site right now, as they're just going to put up constant pressure. Ooh, put up constant pressure onto the attacking team of Farside Gaming. Nomad trying to get off a quick little C4 there, but will not find it. Might try to jump out this window, as now the entire team, yes, he will jump off this window. Tries to go for a stab, misses the stab, and gets taken down. If he would have gotten that knife off the way that he wanted, oh, the kill that he would have got.
You hate to see it. Doesn't matter who it is. As long as you're not Farside, you're crying alongside Nomad. But for Farside, that's exactly what they want. In this 4-4 situation, with a minute and 40 left on the clock, there's plenty of time for the defense to mourn Nomad and still pull out the victory. But there's also plenty of time for the attack to formulate a push to make sure they never forget that mess up. I mean, just a simple flaw like that.
Absolutely, and it seems like Farside does have a little bit more spin, getting their head up on their shoulders. This kill right here might determine how extra this round will go, but oh my god, Skywalker with the drop shot will not let Merc come up behind him, as he is going to get 2 kills. Oh, excuse me, in to steal him as he came to hit over onto that red velvet. Skywalker has to be a little bit upset, but this is looking a lot more like what we were seeing on Clubhouse here, as now it's going to be all up to Sleepy Cat in reaction to try to stop this 4-man push from pushing their way into Kitchen.
And as they try to brute force their way into Kitchen, the defense is establishing these very hard to beat line of sight. Obviously, the Vector, a ridiculously powerful gun, kind of a low damage, but it doesn't matter when you're shooting 1270 RPM. Also doesn't matter when you have a fragger like Chopper Tom on the enemy team. You're just going to take him out, and the attackers will secure the round by bum rushing. Chopper Tom going to be confirming both kills. Not quite getting the kill on the drop shot, but plenty of time to pull out the pistol and secure it nonetheless.
Yeah, very good kill there by Chopper Tom there at the excuse me, end of the getting that kill there at the end of the round. They are going to be moving off to second floor reading room and fireplace this time. And I mean, not really sure on what to say there. FG was a lot more They got a lot stronger put after that flawless round by the likes of Mishmash Gaming. However, do not let that get your mood or decisions changed on who you think is going to win this match. Mishmash still in an even just had to wake up a little bit after getting pretty much demolished down kitchen. They will be moving up to reading and fireplace to try to answer back.
And as they do, the next round will start. If you're Farside, confident, because they've just come back, they've put their foot on the ground, and they've made themselves known. They've shown that they're just not going to roll over and die like most teams might when going against Mishmash in their home territory. The setup, pretty standard, coming from Mishmash. Kite and the Mute, serving different jobs. Mute alongside with Castle, obviously a very powerful operator. The Vigil coming out. Nomad playing the Vigil, showing that he's ready to frag. He's ready to make himself known. And he's going to show them Farside does have something to fear. Obviously, he's performed very, very well in these past few rounds. And this past game, I mean, especially Clubhouse, you saw him light up. And here he just gives him more and more, or on the Vigil, he just gets more and more opportunities. So let's see what he can make do with it.
I mean, already 2 rounds in, he's pulling off 3 kills, 3-1 for his team, proving once again that he is the top fragger of Mishmash Gaming. Thing that I am going to be trying to look for here is that his roaming game is going to be what makes or breaks the next couple defending rounds for the likes of Mishmash Gaming. His ability to frag out, his ability to stop pretty much the attacking team from getting to the rest of his teammates is what's going to be the determination for these next couple of rounds, as he is going to get a line of sight onto this front door here, but knows that there is people pushing up into Skylight and just waits for them to try to make a mistake.
And as he does, he sits there, nice and tight, comfy, cozy, as nothing too intense is going to be happening right now. There will be the thermite peeking Skylight. Nomad's not going to catch his head. That'll be rotating around to Heaven and into Cocktail. Just play a little bit safer, a little bit more reserved, as he sits and waits. Sleepy Cat, having opened the cigar pantry hatch, waits to drop down, waits to fall onto anyone who might be thinking about pushing up red stairs. The attackers still trying to form a nice strong push to clear them out. They have people playing in pillars as Cass will finally drop red stairs into mining, rotating into train. As Monkey sits in pillars with Sledge's L85, sitting, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. As the cross angles are being held by all players all around.
Yeah, and Monkey is just waiting for this angle over here in pillars, trying to force as many players off of the top floor as possible and to catch them slipping off guard, sitting in a very good advantage. He doesn't need to give up this position. He doesn't need to give up this spot. All he has to do is wait here and wait for somebody to make a mistake, as Simple did there. Chopper Tom is going to answer back, however, with a kill of his own, as Nomad is just still upstairs, still waiting for the attacking side of Farside to make their push. And I mean, the longer he stays up here with 30 seconds left on the clock, the more deadly he becomes. They need to take him out sooner than later, or he is going to make them regret it on the push. Chopper Tom coming down for the double kill as he takes down Ice. And he's going to get another down through the wall. Monkey's going to try to come in. Doesn't realize Chopper Tom's behind him. And as Monkey gets a nice 3K, Chopper Tom will answer back with 2 of his own, not realizing... Oh, they both had no idea that Nomad dropped down before him, and it is going to be up now 2-1 as Farside Gaming has proven to themselves and also Mishmash as well that they are not going to take this attack laying down. You get one, you need to work for the...
And really just coming in, commanding, making sure that it, like you said, Mishmash knows they can't just roll right over them. Mishmash opting to play more of a frag-centered comp, mirroring the first round that they did, and obviously winning the first round, might be the play here to just kind of play for frags, this aggressive play, no matter that Ella put in a lot of work for rounds, and letting Farside know that they were on their turf. So kind of mimic that, imitate that, and they have a much better chance of pulling through in the set. The dot obviously
Attackers need to
going to be
locate and
doing
defuse
a
as
lot of
many
work.
bombs as they
The
can.
Doc can make use of his stims. That'll be even better for everyone on the defense. And as they start to set up, the attack plans, as no 6 picks came out, I didn't catch at least, that leaves us in a situation where the attack pulling very strong, these 3-kill operators being the Nomad and the Zofia. The defense kind of have to
Attackers
sit
have
still,
discovered the
twiddle their
location
thumbs,
of a bomb.
and wait, as not a whole lot happens.
And as they are waiting, I mean, the best thing that can happen right now, the best sort of turnout event for Mishmash Gaming is to take these next 3 rounds and go in with a 4-1. Now, last time Nomad played on Ella, he was a wrecking ball. He was a powerhouse. He was unable to be stopped by the attacking team of Farside Gaming. However, if memory serves correctly, last map on Clubhouse, they sort of did the exact same tactic. Ran the same strats over and over again. They got the first round, and you see Nomad get the ace. But the next time that they went downstairs, Farside Gaming was ready. They only need a round to figure out what sort of strat you are doing. So, Nomad has to be careful here with this roam game and has to make sure to play a little extra careful, or else he is going to get taken down early, and that's going to be a huge pick for the likes of Farside Gaming, as he already alone has not seen the drone with eyes on him pushing up into pillars.
A bomb has been
And
located.
yeah, obviously in that situation, you have to be very wary if you're both Nomad and the attackers having to fear each other simultaneously. Nomad gonna be having free reign basically, as he notices the east balcony window still sealed shut. No one's gonna be playing those air vents quite yet. Checking for a drone hole. He has an idea that somebody's out there. He might even know for a fact. But he's not gonna bother seeking it too aggressively, at least.
Very weird. Nomad seems to know exactly where the attacking team is. He was just, I mean, he pre-fired exactly where he was. Those headphones, I need them, buddy. But, yeah, for right now, we are going to go back to the action sitting over in Christmas. Him and Ice alone are going to be the ones holding off this area, holding off this red stairs, as Ice is going to immediately take down Crisis. There is going to be Simple pushing up, though, however, to try to shut him down, and that's going to be another kill for Ice, and Ice alone is holding off this sort of area in Christmas, as he's going to get a third. Nomad getting one down below, and that's a triple kill for Ice. They cannot stop him, throwing body after this man. They're trying so hard to shut him down, but all they are getting is taken down themselves. This is something we had seen the round before. We had seen a game before, actually, with the likes of Sinful, when they're trying to go up against Third Eye Titans, just throwing too many bodies at an attacker instead of focusing more on trying to get a pinch or trying to get him off on an angle.
Yeah, and the resident Ashen Jaeger man of Mishmash Gaming showing his colors and just putting up a commanding presence in front of the attack, smacking down 3 of them, and still holding the diffuser, in essence, by himself on those red stairs. Nomad to White, looking for anything that she can find in this fleeting round. As the time ticks down with 10 seconds left, and the bodies hit the floor, Jaeger's going to be looking to pick up his 4th kill in the round, plus Maestro snags Skywalker will find one, but it's not enough, as the quadra kill, the 4-banger, will come out from Ice, and he puts himself even more on the board and says, hey, Nomad ain't the only one. I can do it too.
Yeah, and what a beautiful 4K that was, shooting him up from a 2-2 to a... Oh, no, excuse me. I am very slow. Putting him up from a 1-2 to a 5-2 in a matter of 1 round, bringing him now to the top fragger on the team, taking that position from Nomad. Nomad did get a kill last round, but really hasn't had much of a presence since the first round. In the first round, he dropped a nice 3K. Hasn't really been able to drop a kill since. Glad to see that he was able to get one, but also glad to see Ice finally stepping up, and hopefully the rest of Mishmash Gaming will be able to follow suit, because if they do not, Farside Gaming isn't going to just keep allowing one person to eat up their entire team. Sooner or later, it's going to go from a 2-1 lead to a 3-2 lead to a 6-2 lead, and that is not something that you want.
Yeah, in a situation like that, you just have to be prepared and you have to be ready. Anything could change at the flip of a coin, especially in a very high-intense game like this. You have to watch those angles and you have to be very careful. And like you said, a Mishmash, if they keep running the same thing, eventually Farside's going to catch on, as we've seen with the map prior to this. And if they do, then it's just going to be curtains closed, game over for them. They have to make sure, despite it being their map, despite they have the advantage, they have that presence, they have that idea, they just have to play very reserved and be very careful. Obviously, they played very well last time they went kitchen, running basically the exact same comp, going with the Bandit, the Jaeger. The Cav will be a switch up, as well as the Vigil, playing frag heavy, as I kind of expected Mishmash to on their home turf. Switching it up a little, and that's what you want to see if you're a Mishmash fan out here, trying to secure the victory.
And every Mishmash fan has to be eager to see this bar hold by Ice, as he is going to be taking on pretty much the entire team of F6 Game. Oh my goodness, Farside Gaming not taking a single chance on Ice's. Monkey will take off the first frag through a beautiful little bullet hole there. Was not expecting to see that whatsoever, but very good play by him. Nomad now being one of the only few roamers left here on site. He is going to be playing Caviera, very powerful pick to have. Oh my, if we've seen an interrogation here, oh, it's been so long.
Oh, it sure has. Nomad, probably thirsty for it. Can you blame him in a situation like this, where it's very high intensity? Interrogation might just need, or might just be what Mishmash needs to get them around spiked, to get their confidence up, but it's not gonna matter as Nomad's taken out from VIP dining window by Skywalker on the Nomad. Nomad getting taken out by Nomad. Irony, as always. Skywalker's gonna spot out the player playing very close to his window. He's not gonna find the kill. He's gonna leave him very worried, as Hurt just gonna completely ignore him. He's not gonna notice the sledge, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna flick on him and confirm the kill, leaving him in a situation where he's applied pressure, he's made him scared, and he's moved on with his life. Merc's gonna get taken out as the refrag comes out. Bandit C4 taking out Azofia, leaving a 2v3 situation. Tag on defense. Goy beating from Bakery onto Red Series. He's not gonna find the thermite. Bandit just chilling in kitchen site, waiting for the angles to be established. Goyo not going to be watching Prepper. Be a big problem if the attackers chose to push. Bandit not knowing that C4 actually can arc over. It will always hit the top. Not going to be able to kill Thermite. Going to be going over to Coat Closet, looking for any angle they can get as the final seconds of these rounds close in.
And now they're going to be opening up this wall. That is going to be Thermite getting open a complete new angle in the kitchen. Sleepy is going to try to possibly make his way around here, though. Gotta say, having a Vector is probably one of the strongest guns that you can have in this sort of last-second situation. That rapid fire is going to be what helps out with a lot of this, but that mag is going to be what cuts him down. And now, with the diffuser down, it's going to be a 3v1 situation. Goyo Sugar is taken down, but he doesn't realize Chopper Tom is laying right behind him. And that's going to be Chopper Tom dropping down. It's pretty much deja vu. Reaction just cannot seem to ever find that he is there as he gets taken down by the drop-shotting Tom yet again.
And what a play from Tom there. I mean, time and time again, he is just clutched up in these 1vx situations. He's shown that even if he has a teammate alive, he doesn't need him. If he has the situations available, he's going to take them, he's going to win them, and he's going to prove that he is a force to be reckoned with time and time again. And I mean, right then you just see he drops hatch, he kills two like it's nothing.
Yeah, and I mean, those kills were so beautiful. He is able to get in there. He gets the job done. Chopper Tom being known as one of the top fraggers in Collective. Nomad is pretty much trying to go head-to-head with this man, but Chopper Tom and the rest of Farside Gaming just really won't let him, no matter what type of operator he picks. And this right here, this is huge. Farside Gaming on Mishmash's map is up around on attack. So to be up around on attack, even if they did split it and go to a 3-3 here, into the overtime, this means that Mishmash Gaming is going to have to try to attack Farside Gaming on their own map with an even playing field. That's a lot easier said than done, to be honest. And I mean, I've seen some of the strats that Farside has done down here, and hopefully Nomad and his team have all studied these strats, they've all looked them over, they've all seen what sort of play style Farside is going to be having, because to be honest, if they haven't, Farside Gaming is going to take this defense, because they're gonna need a lot more than just gun skill and being able to aim a lot more, or being able to aim better than to win those rounds. Ugh. Nomad is gonna be sitting up in the Caviera. You're muted, by the way. I wasn't sure if you noticed, or your mic isn't coming in for me. It could just be me though.
Scanning for electronics.
Well, it looks like Chopper Tom is going to be pushing.
Back.
There it is. It looks
I
like
might have spoke too soon.
Oh. Well, while his internet is getting back up, as I was saying before, the likes of Farside Gaming is just not letting Nomad do what Nomad does best, immediately taking him out. Monkey, yet again, has seemed to be put on the task of just taking down Nomad. This is 4 rounds that he has been the person to put Nomad in the grave. And to be honest, it's an amazing strat. Once they get him down, they're going to be down into this 4v5 situation, and now Mishmash Gaming has to lose their IGL and their top fragger, and they're going to have to try to just frag out on their own, which I'm not saying it's impossible. We have seen Reaction, we have seen Ice do it multiple times over and over again. However, it's the bit of fear in them that we can see after losing the map of Clubhouse that's kind of showing out right now. It's sort of catching Mishmash Gaming off guard, and hopefully it doesn't affect them for these next couple of minutes, as we're going to see whether they go to a 4v2 into the half, or they're going to take this here into a 3-3.
Loading new magazine.
Looks like Merc will answer with a... Is your internet back?
No. And as we progress further into the round, we see the vertical play coming out. Obviously, Nomad getting picked. That's going to be a lot of breathing room for the attackers. Worried about that cap. They have that freedom. They have the burden lifted off their chest. Sledge and Zofia both working together to establish these very, very strong vertical angles. Thermite go ahead and droning out. Getting a very nice drone of the IPC. Checking out that Jaeger at the bottom of the staircase, letting his team know. Merc's getting shot from up top. He's getting put to 1 health. That's almost putting him out of the fight. The only thing he's left to do is hit a headshot or die. Monkey is going to be able to take out the bandit from up top. He's going to give him 2 in the round. Both 2 kills make it 3 kills in the round. But the attack is simple. We'll kill the castle, and we'll get instantly refracted by ice, and it's just a bloodbath as the attackers all collapse and coalesce on the defenders, taking the round in a very swift and stylish fashion.
And that right there is, again, the fear factor I was talking about prior. Taking out Nomad very early into the round seems to be the strategy that FG has stuck to so far. We were saying that there was no way that Mishmash Gaming was going to let Farside take this map, but right now it doesn't seem to be looking that way. Up 2 rounds already on their map, now switching over onto defense is about the best thing that happen for the likes of Farside Gaming, as now we are going to have to watch them use their strategies that they have been saving for this very game to go up against the likes of Mishmash Gaming. However, now what they do have to worry about is the Nomad, or the likes of Nomad, who is going to be playing this Blackbeard on these windows. That is going to be huge, because to have the fragging potential of Nomad on these Christmas windows, which is where I'm assuming he's going to be playing, on top of having a shield in front of his face, they're not going to be able to just take him out like they have been anymore. They're going to have to work in order to take down Nomad.
Yes, the commanding presence that is Nomad, but shield head from those just instant kills, those headshots, so vital to killing someone with that frag ability. Puts them in a very precarious situation where they need to get rid of him, but they just can't. And if he's playing on those wins expected, he's going to be putting in a lot of work, and that's going to and really put it in a situation the attackers by a long shot. Farside, of course, is 4-2. They have that psychological advantage. And on Mishmash's map, they've come forward and they've shown how commanding they are and how strong their attack was. And they hope to mimic it with their defense.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't wait to see what sort of defense they have planned for us today. However, all eyes are going to be on Nomad and how fast he gets taken out. He has been getting taken out so early into these these defensive rounds, and that's sort of what has been throwing his other team for a loop. He is going to need to come back here with this MK17 and put in the work we all know and love him for being able to do. He is going to be peeking up here onto Skylight. Won't see anybody. Ooh. Excuse me. Chopper Tom is going to start off with a very quick pick off onto reaction. It's going to be a quick run out as well. I believe he was rappelling up onto White Stairs. Is going to rotate back around, however, and is now going to be safe and sound, making his way possibly back up towards Red. If Mishmash Gaming was smart, they would use this opportunity to try to take him down from pushing back up Red Stairs. Because that's exactly where Chopper Tom will be heading.
He's on Red Stairs. Chopper Tom in this very powerful position. He's going to be peeking up Red Hatch, looking for a cheeky kill just to make it a 5v3 to secure them further and further into the round. Farside looking to make it 5-2. Obviously, a lot of attack presence on the roof. No one going to be peeking the hatch. Chopper Tom is using his sixth sense to know when they're going to peek. It looks like he's going to be missing those shots. That's fine because he's going to take out the one who dropped. He's going to instantly be looking for the other one that he knows plans up there. He's going to miss the shots. He's going to get re-peeked, and he's going to get taken out by the Sleepy Cat, making it a 4v2.
Sleepy Cat getting that kill was very big for him, almost losing his life, and the diffuser on top of the roof. That would have been monumental for the likes of Mishmash Gaming if that would have happened to them. However, it is going to be turned around as now Nomad is already up in kitchen, or no, not kitchen, Christmas, excuse me, and he has all the time in the world with 38 seconds left and a shield in front of his face to just make pure mincemeat of what is Farside Gaming. He's going to have to be careful though, because if not, the likes of this big LMG is going to take him down. But no, Monkey cannot seem to connect all the shots. And that's going to be a double kill. He still has another shield. And Nomad's going to come in for the triple as well on the simple. One person left. We expect nothing more as Merc will get the final kill on the Skywalker. Nomad, once again, finally being able to show us what he's been hiding this entire time. And again, not being able to take him out seconds into the round is what's going to stop Farside Gaming in their tracks.
Yes, and a beautiful play from Nomad. I mean, just solidifying him as the champion he is. Those black, that fragging capability, he came through, he delivered, he did exactly what he planned to do. Chopper Tom and Nomad still coming out to be the top fraggers of the teams. And it's really just devolving and turning into which one does better in the given round. On both sides, whether it be Ice, Ice got a lot of fragging capability. Reaction's got some very good clutch potential in him. And of course, Skywalker and Monkey on Farside have got a lot to work with too. Simple, especially with his C4's intel kill potential. The way that he uses his intel is very impressive. So you have just a lot of capability coming out from both sides. But it just depends on which team uses it better.
And I'm assuming on all of the minds of Mishmash fans at the moment is when is Reaction going to come this clutch play of his like we've seen in the map prior, where he came in with a 4K, dropped in around, I know he had around double-digit kills. Reaction was pulling in a wonderful game. Sitting a little bit behind though. He was sitting over at 1-6 at the moment, just waiting for his opportunity to pop off. And as Farside Gaming is going to go back upstairs once again into the same site, holding it a little bit differently this time, now might be the chance if Nomad gets taken out to finally show everybody that clutch play that we were looking for prior.
Yes, and if he comes through and he displays what he needs to display, I mean, that'll just be exactly what the defense needs. If he can do that, Or excuse me, that's exactly what the defense doesn't want to happen. No, the defense does not need reaction to start clutching up. Because if reaction starts clutching up, that's going to spell demise. With Nomad already doing as good as he's doing, and Ice just bragging out. If reaction steps up his game and tries to imitate, and does manage to imitate what he was pulling on Clubhouse, that is going to be horrible for Farside there. They're not going to have a chance in this. They're not going to have. They're going to have a stick to pull for in this race. Chopper Tom looking for one of his infamous bullet hole kills. We saw him get many of those on Clubhouse. Many of those probably shouldn't have gotten. Some spawn peeks, some cheeky spawn peeks from Chopper Tom with those crazy angles, but some good aim nonetheless.
As Chopper Tom's going to be playing down here in Bar, wouldn't be surprised to see him go for maybe a spawn peek if possible, but maybe not likely. He is going to have a drone on him. Doesn't really see it though, as he's just going to slowly peek his way up White Stairs, and this could be the first potential frag. It is, and there's no way in the world that Merc was able to hear him coming up from behind him with a slow peek like that. Chopper Tom is able to get the first frag, solidifying his position as one of the top fraggers in collective.
Yeah, and as this round goes further and further down, you can see just more and more panic from the attackers as they're playing cautious, trying to prevent a similar fate to Merc at the hands of Chopper Tom. Into themselves, playing around mining the red, the pillars area to get anything that he can grab his hands on. So to be looking for that tight pixel peek on red stairs, just hoping that someone comes in his line of sight. With now 50 seconds on the clock, there's not a whole lot that the defense can do but sit and wait as the attack finally pushes in these last few seconds in the round.
And with these last seconds coming to fruition, it's going to be Nomad pushing slowly up into the freezer here. They got the line. He's got a sight of one. He knows where one person is, and that's going to be Monkey sitting on that cam, probably not knowing exactly where he was prior, but he is going to take him down. Sleepy Cat is going to answer after Chopper Tom gets another frag of his own, putting them down to such low health. That's going to be Chopper Tom getting on the triple, and he's going to try to go for the ace. Diffuser didn't get down, however. Sleepy Cat tried going for the defuse, couldn't get it. Skywalker stopping that ace as he takes down Ice, and now it's going to be all up to Nomad. Not enough time. They're going to hunt him down, and he's just in sight trying to get kills, but it doesn't matter, as that right there is going to be the round, and now it's going to be a 5-3 onto match 9, or round 9. Ugh.
Yes, Chopper Tom obviously putting in a lot of work for his team there. Now trying to pull the attack through. And you see Chopper Tom and Nomad had a little engagement there. And Nomad lost pretty badly despite having the better advantage, that gun shield, the better position, the rotate. Chopper Tom just hitting the shots where Nomad wasn't. So it shows just how well Tom is playing in this series, and shows how well Nomad's playing in the series. And when it comes down to it, it's completely circumstantial. Neither player is per se doing better than the other, but in certain circumstances, it is one-sided battles. I mean, Tom right there, just basically winning the round for his team, getting the diffuser off an alive player onto the ground, getting Nomad low, isolating the rest of the attackers, opening kills, just all these great things coming out, and his team to support him nonetheless. He's not doing it by himself. He's just bringing a whole lot to the table.
Biggest thing to point out here is that we are seeing a lot different play style from the likes of Mishmash Gaming, and I'm really thinking it's just the fear factor of having lost that first map. Now with the pressure on, letting them know that this is the map where they can't mess up, and it's already a 5-3. I think it's starting to get to a Nomad not putting in the same amount of frags that we're used to seeing, playing a lot more safer than what we're actually used to seeing as well, same as Reaction and pretty much just everybody on the team of Mishmash Gaming. But yeah, these guys are playing a lot more safe. They're trying to play a lot more conservative. They're trying to play a lot more sparingly with not only their gadgets but also their pushes, and so far it's really costing them a lot of rounds. They need to get more aggressive here and start taking on more of these gunfights if they have any chance of being able to win this map.
And in a situation and in a game like this where it's very close, you have to be cautious of more and more things. And Mishmash is almost letting their caution get ahead of him. They're almost playing more scared than, than is called for. Like you droning out and seeing that defender playing on brown stairs, the Jaeger of Chopper Tom just scaring them off, not giving them any chances, any freebies to enter the building. The attack, I mean, as I was saying, you can see it in how they're playing. Very reserved, very scared. Even if not so much scared, but overly cautious, and that might be what breaks them. Then again, Farside's aggression might be enough to balance it out. Chopper Tom just narrowly avoiding the lines of sights of the Hibana, and he will finally peek in. Hibana's going to get him to 1 health. That is going to be, or 1 bullet away from death. Excuse me. That is going to be very powerful from the attack. Of course, their Thermite's going to get taken out by the Vigil, leaving them in just a worse and worse position as the seconds tick on.
And this is going to be what I was factor being brought into play. Now they have a minute and a half left. Their hard breacher, their main hard breacher anyways, is taken off of the board. And now Nomad is going to be left alone to go upstairs and try to hunt down the likes of these roamers. One is going to be taken down. Is going to be by Simple. Simple is going to pull, or no, Ice, excuse me. Ice is going to take down Simple as well as Chopper Tom. So pulling off a nice little 2K there will secure the position of putting him into a 3v4. However, as the roamers, they've already done their job though. Maybe not pulling off a lot of kills. They still wasted a ton of time, and now there is a minute left, and all FG has to do is hold these angles.
Yeah, and in a situation like this, I mean, with the defense at a disadvantage in the attack, 4 people, 4 bodies stacked up, Hibana holds in Freezer, Bandit could be narrowly avoiding death. That's the player right outside white, looking for anything, any sign of life that they can just snuff out. A lot of dancing around in sight, the defender's not trying to stick to the same place for too long. Bandit throwing a C4, soft, an attacker. That's going to be massive for them in the round. It's going to be almost guaranteeing that the defense has a fighting chance. Of course, as soon as I say that, the attack's going to be pushing right in, killing his 2 friends, and then going right for Bandit. Shutting down the round and giving them just a further and further tied up, very close match, and making sure Farside doesn't get too far ahead of themselves.
Yeah, and what kind of put Farside Gaming to a halt there was that accidental TK by the likes of Crisis, throwing out that C4. It was a good C4. It did get the kill. It did actually get the diffuser down as well. Playing back, he probably could have got a little bit of a better advantage had his teammate not pushed up. The Kaid would have not pushed up and gotten taken out by the Hibana, but instead, unfortunately, it did put him down into a 1v3 situation. And even though they didn't have the diffuser, putting in that sheer aggression from the likes of Mishmash Gaming, I mean, there's not really much you can do. If there's not enough time on the clock, they're going to hunt you down like sharks on blood.
Yeah, and with those circumstances at hand, the defense just not able to come through. As you said, the TK a massive factor in that. Overall, a good round from both sides, but definitely the bigger slip up from the defense. Almost identical team comp going to this next round with the double Electro, Jaeger Castle, and Vigil, and a ridiculously frag heavy comp from the attack, which is, I mean, it's not unheard of. Mishmash running the very frag heavy comp on defense, but it's transferring over to usually, I mean, at least in this level of play, we've seen it run before, but it always catches me off guard to see Ash the Twitch, Slow Hibana, and even the same team.
Yeah, and now we're going to definitely see a switch up here is that now that Farside Gaming knows exactly what Mishmash is going to be bringing to the table on this attack, they're going to try to hold the same side again. Chopper Tom might be playing a little bit more careful, possibly, so as to not get taken down the way he did. Maybe even with the position where he is playing at now, he might even be able to get this frag off on a Nomad if lucky enough, but will not be able to get it down. Drones go out. That's 1 Twitch off of the board. That's a pretty big utility gone as well. Simple upstairs with, I believe it is, who's upstairs with him? Not quite sure. Nomad making his way into bar area here as it looks like they're going to be doing a strong backside freezer take.
And as they try to push in on that, the defense is going to kind of loosen up and give it to them. And in a situation like that, you have to applaud the defense for playing more passively, because if they chose to maybe on paper do the smarter thing and chokehold or get a chokehold a little bit tighter, put a little bit more pressure there, it might backfire. And if it backfires just even that little bit, those two roamers holding down those staircases need to be exactly where they are. If they get dislodged, that could be very detrimental. Where's Vigil going to be pulling off going to dining room? Yeah, you're just sitting on those brown stairs, daring an attacker to come into his line of sight. But these roamers, I mean, they're by being there, they apply so much presence, if not too much pressure to the attackers, and letting them know they just can't do whatever they want to do. If they do, they're just going to get smacked down, punished, killed, be a massive loss. As we see right there, Vigil going to be able to kill the diffuser of Thermite, but he's going to be instantly refragged. And it's just a bloodbath. As Kaid, Twitch, Sledge, Vigil, all kills rain out. The diffuser's picked right back up on the Twitch, and the round continues on in a 2v2 as makes a reaction. Both defenders pushing up, getting a little bit aggressive. C4 coming out from the Bandit of Crisis, taking out the Diffuse. It's Nomad in a 1v1. The situation where he's going for the plant, Bandit doesn't have the C4 to deal with it. Crisis has to push up on this. Nomad just going to be sticking the plant. Crisis pushes up and he takes out Nomad and he gets the clutch.
And what a beautiful clutch that's going to be. 1v1 situation. Last time it was not too good in the favor of Crisis versus Nomad. It's going to be looking a lot different compared to Clubhouse this time, however. As you can just tell the sheer change in Farside Gaming from where they were last map to where they are now, showing a lot more of a dominating presence, as now they are going to be in 6-4 match point. Do not forget that match point with Chopper Tom sitting in the first with 12 and Nomad on his other team sitting in first with 10. Scoreboards are looking a lot different last time. However, there is still 2 rounds that MMG can win to try to come back to get this overtime.
Of course, yeah. And MMG seeing Farside on that match point is the exact opposite of at least what I expected to happen. And really, what MMG probably expected to happen on their own map, getting put into the floor like that. And you see them kind of panic, shifting away from the traditional kind of setup they were going for. But here, okay, the 6 pick off the Zofia back to the Nomad brings them back to conventionality. And they're running something very similar. Ash, of course, Ice, the resident Ash Jaegerman of MMG, sticking to his normal roles, and everyone else just defaulting and falling into place in a very orthodox manner of play. In that orthodox manner of play, we've seen Farside dominate. So if they close out this round right here, that is the series for them.
Yeah, and what a win that would be to take home. Mishmash Gaming being known as just a fear factor towards most of the competing teams here in Collective Esports. If the pressure was on Mishmash Gaming before, though, it has risen exponentially now that they are on match point on their map after being down to map by Farside Gaming. They have no room for mistakes. They have no room for slip-ups, and because of this sort of mentality, they're not going to take any unnecessary frags or any unnecessary plays, and it actually might hurt them in the long run from playing too safe, as we have seen before.
Yeah, and with this round playing out, you know, in the starting phases, the drone economy is still high for MMG. He's going to be moving to the roof. Claymore's getting put down. Twitch, looking for any opening frags that they can get. And if they can, then just put them on the board and give them that little wedge. They can place their name somewhere on Farside, claim a little bit, a little piece of this round, of this time that they need to secure it and keep themselves in the match. But at the rate this is going, at the time that's just ticking down and nothing's happening, the closer and closer Farside is to winning. Chopper Tom stalks out the east balcony, prone on the east balcony door, and Pillars not going to be able to see anything as time continues to tick down for the attackers, and they're just not getting anything done.
Chopper Tom is just sitting here waiting for the push up from Nomad, but it looks like that is not going to happen as Merc is just waiting for somebody in pillars. He doesn't realize where he is at. He's going to find him now, however, and he's going to try to go for the pre-fire kill. Won't be able to get it. Finds out where he is, and Chopper Tom is just going to make his way back upstairs to safety. Oh, excuse me.
Yep, Chopper Tom going to be dancing around pillars. Christ is playing on new bout. Obviously, hyper aware of the attacker's position. Is Ash sitting on piano window, and IQ at the bottom of Brown, looking to establish some cross angles, try to take out some defenders, get some free kills, try to move up and secure the round. On that east balcony, there's a body lined up. The first kill coming out on the IQ LMG, I believe. It's Kill Valkyrie.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And now, Crisis. Go ahead.
Oh, that's going to be Nomad taking down Simple, but Chopper Tom is going to answer back with a frag of his own, and Nomad has to be careful here. He's going to be going up head-to-head with Chopper Tom. Not a lot of health, but that's not going to matter, as the rotation around the red stairs is going to change that for him, putting them now in an even situation, health-wise anyways. Didn't even realize he rotated. Crisis playing over in Cigar, and the pre-fire from Nomad is going to stop that as Nomad gets the double. Reaction getting another as well, and they're just eating alive the team right now. Monkey's going to get one. He's going to get another off on a Nomad. There just isn't enough health. Pre-fire by this huge LMG. Zippy Cat's going to get one. It's going to be a 1v2, but Monkey gets taken down by Sleepy with this beautiful 2K, as we're about to see here. 1 and 2.
And really just a beautiful play from Sleepy and Monkey. In that 4v2 situation, Monkey evening it out very quickly. Gave a lot of hope to Farside. And that hope might have been just enough to get them too aggressive and give MMG the win. Sleepy getting a very nice two-piece there at the end, making sure the Monkey, or really punishing the hype that came from Monkey's swift little 2 kills there. And giving them that much more footing, that much closer to getting the sweet overtime they need to stay in this thing.
Yeah, now they are 1 round off from being in this overtime, this overtime matchup that would bring them over to map 3. So, I mean, we've been in here a hot minute, 2 hours strong and still going. The momentum of these teams being as high as it is, I'm surprised they're still able to bring this sort of energy each round. Neither team wanting to give up, neither team wanting to slow down, and it is really insane to see what sort of play style these guys have. They have been training for months for this. They have been training, studying videos, running strats, preparing just for this game alone. And to be as intense as it is, I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, in a very high intensity, very high level gameplay like this, you can't really expect anything less than the best of the best, most handcrafted, just prepared strats that are ready to deal with anything. You see it in the setup, you see it in the pushes, you see it in the drone work. It is intentional. There is no accidents that occur here. Everything that happens is almost never spur of the moment. It is all planned and thought out. Everything besides gunfights themselves is almost like a mathematical equation in how it plays.
Yeah, and I mean, it really shows here with these guys' gunplay, their rotations, their strat, all of it. Everything you can call out is just, it's really coming down to these last second picks. This 1v1 that is going on between the likes of Chopper Tom and Nomad over on Mishmash Gaming. This rivalry that they share, it's pretty much been coming down. Whoever gets down first on each team, that has been pretty much deciding the round. So right now, as we watch Chopper Tom and Nomad getting a little bit of a how would I say it? Frat fight. I'm looking for a word.
A debacle, if you will.
Debacle, thank you. And as they get into this, as now they're going to start hunting each other out, it's just going to be a game of cat and mouse to see which top fragger is going to take down who, and it looks like it's going to be Nomad, as Chopper Tom is just unable to hear him come in, and here comes the freight train that is Nomad coming in for the double kill. Oh, he's pushing in, taking over.
Nomad just trucking right through the defense. You see him gun down Chopper Tom like it's nothing, and he just rushes down, takes out the mutant pillars like it's no big deal. He doesn't even have to face him. He knows what's up. Nomad going for these floor banks. He's not able to confirm the kill, of course, being a hard floor. He's just watching the angle. He's just waiting for the guy to peek him on white stairs, almost like he knows he's there.
Bomb located by
Ice
attackers.
gonna be taking out another player on the team. Followed through with Sleepy Cat, and it's a flawless round from the attack with the Zofia LMG closing it out.
And that right there is not only going to close out the round, but close out any thought of Farside Gaming taking this map that easily, as now they're going to be pushed into overtime, switching back onto attack, I believe. And right here, I mean, that flawless round, that's the sort of attacks we were expecting pretty much all game from the likes of Mishmash Gaming. But now they're going to have to hold a very strong defense because it is deja vu. We are back in this situation once again. Farside Gaming going head-to-head in overtime rounds once again to take on Mishmash Gaming. And it looks like the site they are going to choose is going to be Bar and Cocktail Lounge, one that they have been very strong at. Nomad switching over from this Ella to the Pulse play. What do you have in store, Nomad?
I mean, yeah, you see Nomad on the pulse, and you can't help but wonder, what's he going to get done? I mean, he's a very strong player. We've seen him in the last map playing these intel frag rolls combined into one. It's a beautiful package on such a strong player, and the IGL nonetheless. So you see him pick this pulse, and you can't help but wonder and guess and predict what he's going to do. And if I had to guess, I'd say he's probably going to be playing around pillars, bottom new balcony if I had to guess. Try to dance around that area, both make himself known and make himself a threat, or alternatively, he might just try to stay undetected the entire round. I mean, we've seen him play downstairs, very bottom. We've seen him play around bar, VIP Christmas, play in that area to try to both deny entry, get a quick open frag, and to stay undetected for the most part. He could be doing that, could be trying to stay completely opaque, out of sight. Alternatively, could be trying to make himself known, a threat. Nonetheless, I'm sure he's there for denial, and I'm sure he's there to make Farside cringe.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm telling you, this play right here, this Pulse, giving out this information, Nomad just pretty much telling his entire team where everybody is at. This is going to be the strat right now. Take him out as quick as possible, because if not, he's just going to keep putting in this damage. Monkey trying to go for the same kill that he did a couple rounds prior with a nice little bullet hole, getting a huge angle off onto that bar, but it's not going to happen. He's going to push his way up instead. Over on little AC units, but he has to be careful here because he will get taken down by the sheer aggression of Nomad, and it's going to be proven time and time again. The strat to win against MMG is to take Nomad down within the first 30 seconds of the round.
Yeah, and if you can't get rid of Nomad as Farside, you're left in a situation where you just want to squirm in your seat. You have this monster of a player right underneath your skin, and you can't do anything about it. And here we see him, yet again, just dancing around Christmas. What are you going to do about him? Put a body on him? We saw how that works with Monkey. You can't delegate one person to him. And when you delegate 2, 3, you waste time, you waste seconds, and those precious seconds are what you need to win the round. If you're Farside here, the Sophie on this rappel, she's not doing anything else. Why not put her on Nomad? Because Nomad will kill her. It's this horrible situation where he's an amazing player. Simple, finally showing up on the piano window. He's going to be able to take out the Jaeger. He's just going to be watching because he knows Nomad wants to peek him. Chopper Tom going to get put down by Nomad. Just walking right into reading, completely uncontested.
Yeah, and again, Nomad is what's going to be the deciding factor of these next couple of rounds as we watch him just one after the other take down all of Farside Gaming, pick them apart, and pull them into whatever sort of direction he feels comfortable pulling them into, as now he's just going to push his way up towards these stairs, get a little bit of more line of sight over to Cigar as he rotates the east balcony. They don't know where he's at. They can't have a drone on him, so now they're going to have to just try to guess and take a chance with where Nomad might possibly be. Not going to matter.
And it's a
Cat gets one off on a Crisis. Merc gets another off on a simple, and right there, as soon as it began, Sleepy Cat with the final kill will take down Skywalker.
And then when it becomes a guessing game like that, where you just have to pick and choose as Farside and try to guess where the defender's going to be, more specifically Nomad, I mean, you can't help but lose those rounds. When it turns into something less of skill and more of luck, I mean, what can you do in that kind of situation? So it leaves them in a situation where they need to get any ground they can to stand on, but they're just not able to.
Well, this here is overtime match point. FG, they have lost. They have lost pretty much almost twice, except for one time where they got a clutch play down in kitchen service. They are going to have to play extremely well here if they have any chance, because this is overtime match point. Regardless of what happens, they're either going to take this to map 3, and we are going to watch we're going to watch Mishmash Gaming take on FFG or Farside Gaming, excuse me, it's getting very late. Take on Farside Gaming in the likes of Border, or they're going to get a tie. And from there, I'm not quite sure what happens. Because even if they were to get a tie here, I mean, Farside would still technically be up a map. So being up and getting a tie, I mean, the only thing that Mishmash Gaming could do would be to win the next map, and that would just tie them overall.
Yeah, and if Mishmash wins, that's just going to be a very long set. You know, it is spring, and it is spring forward tonight. So, you know, your clocks might say 10:14, but it's 11:14 in reality. So these teams are going to be playing awfully late as we see these two powerhouses just hitting each other back and forth. And as you get further on in the night, you can't help but think these players are going to get tired as soon as they start messing up. And if you're Farside, all you want is to feed Chopper Tom as much caffeine as you can and pray Nomad starts falling into a sleep-induced coma.
Yeah, Nomad and Ice have really stepped up here on these last couple attacking rounds, really taken to heart the idea of just not losing this map. They can't do it. They're not going to go out that easy. Jumping up immediately to a 16-10. 10-10, though, for Ice. Not something we were used to seeing. But Chopper Tom, we expect nothing less. The words pace yourself as well do not come into mind anywhere when it comes to explaining these two teams going up against each other. Every single round that they play, every single move that they make is giving it their all 24/7. So I gotta just ask, how long can each team get it up, or keep it up, excuse me, because if we move this into map 3, at that point, this is just gonna be a game of momentum.
Yeah. And the match 3 at this rate will definitely come around, as the opening frag will rain out on the Maverick. Chopper Tom going to be taking him out of the game nice and swiftly, with still less than or more than a minute already into the round with the opening frag. I mean, there's a lot happening here with just less and less time getting ticked down. Kitchen being Farside Gaming's sight in the overtime. Ash at the bottom of Brown stairs. Ice looking for a kill. As Chopper Tom sits in coat closet, two characters very, very close to one another, completely unaware of each other's existence.
And just one clean pinch would be enough to take down Ice, as he is glued onto these brown stairs here, just waiting for somebody to push down, but nobody really will. He's just holding an angle at this point, not really sure what else to do. They're already down a man, a minute left on the clock. They're going to have to do what they do best, make one of those last-second insane pushes of theirs. But again, it's not going to really matter, as Icy's going to come in and take him down. Nomad does see the head of Chopper Tom. Chopper Tom now is going to be met with Icy, and now he's going to be in a pinch between Icy and Nomad, two insane players. But Chopper Tom, what are you doing with a drop shot on the Nomad? Nomad getting taken out quickly. He immediately pushes up, and it's Ice. That's the triple kill for Tom. He's not done yet. Ladies and gentlemen, watch as he runs around, making his way to Bakery. Just gets Sleepy Cat down. Another drop shot to try to win it all. And now it's going to be all up as Monkey gets reaction, and that's the tie, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the map to a tie, Farside Gaming, MMG, two powerhouses in collective. What a match.
And what a match it is. And, I mean, just incredible plays from Chopper Tom. You could not imagine a better play as he drives it into double overtime for his team. Just trying to.
Oh, there
They're
is double
trying.
overtime.
Yeah, it is. There is no tie.
Forget
There is.
about me.
There is.
Forget about me. Forget about me. Forget
There
about
is
me.
no tie. There is only Chopper Tom for MMG, and it has become this frag festival.
Wow. Let me set this back up. I gotta sit up now. I didn't know there was double overtime. They're not
we're
giving it
nowhere
up
near
yet.
done. We're nowhere near done. Tom ain't done yet. Tom's ready to run on MMG after a drop shot, a quick flick, and a denial of life. I mean, just incredible gunplay. You can't see better gunplay than that. How intelligent he played that, mixed with the aim he had, guaranteed his team was gonna win because he played better than anyone did in that round. And that's what I mean. Situationally, Nomad has done the exact same thing. Ice has done the exact same thing. Reactions on Clubhouse did the exact same thing. In that situation, in that scenario, they were the uncontested best player. But you see, that skips around from round to round who is the best player. And it really just shows how good these teams are.
And so we're going to be playing this no matter what. Somebody has to win. They have to win by 2. I mean, none of these teams want to give up. None of these teams want to let the other slip in and just take a win to even take some bit of a break. And the thing is that if MMG wins this, they have to be prepared to take a whole nother map. A whole nother map from the likes of Farside Gaming. And they have been just struggling to keep it along so far. But I mean, same could be same could be said for Farside Gaming. We were expecting a little bit more, you know, so considering that they took map 1, but now they are struggling to try to keep it up to this tie zone, to keep it up to this 7-7 area, and
Attackers have located a bomb.
completely befounded by the role swap there. Nomad playing on the Mozzie. I thought it was FG on defense right now, but nope, I was wrong.
Yeah, MMG on the defense, Nomad on the Mozzie. We've seen him play this quite often on Clubhouse as he's going to get pressure from Skylight, going to get put to about 40 health now, as he's going to have to dance around and play to the attacker's rhythm instead of his own, something that as a player definitely doesn't want to be doing. He's going to be looking for those people that he just knows are trying to hunt him out. He's not going to find anything quite yet, and he's going to get on his cams and train looking for anything that he can find. The rest of the team going to be moving about, trying to secure the round. Both teams in this very desperate strife for the gold that is map.
And the biggest question here isn't even going to be about the momentum of the players, the momentum of us as well. I mean, a whole just insane play from start to finish as we have watched play after play, just clip after clip. I mean, what else would you expect from two juggernauts going head to head with each other right now? Biggest thing on everybody's mind though is Nomad takes down Skywalker. Is Chopper Tom going to take him down? Is he going to get this refrag for his teammate? Skywalker probably feeling a little upset at the moment, knowing that Nomad is just a monster in this sort of situation. However, Merc is going to answer back with a shot of his own, as well as Simple getting one on the reaction. Monkey getting another as well onto Merc, and now it's going to be Chopper Tom and Merc.
Attackers have
Or it's going to be Chopper Tom and Monkey having to take down these insane players that is Nomad. Nomad, though, pre-fires and flicks onto the head of
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
Chopper Tom, but Monkey's able to get the plant. Isn't going to be able to land the kill, though. Gets the plant. It's not going to be worth it, as that right there is going to final kill and the defuse, taking it up to a
Disabled by defender.
a little bit at the end.
Successful.
MMG, I mean, just a beautiful play. A brawl there at the end, coming out from both sides with so many kills flying left and right. Bullets ripping through the air, bodies to the floor, and the diffuser going down in the middle of it all just made it very subtle, but MMG able to win it out with 2 people left over. It's relatively easy. And the diffuser coming out, they just want to push a little bit harder to get that 9 7 map secured so they can move on to number 3. And if you're Farside, you really don't want to move on to map number 3 with them trying this hard.
Looks like we are going to... Hold on 1 second. We might be having a got to find out. Might be having a rehost. 1 moment.
And as Max determines whether we're having a rehost or not, just a quick little recap of what's happened so far. On Farside, obviously, Chopper Tom getting some very heavy frags. And recap, Crisis having a surprising amount of 1vx situations to his number of kills, surprising amount of play denials. MMG, obviously no man top fragging. Ice getting a lot of entry kills, first entry kills and first deaths in the majority of the rounds, ironically. And then the rest of the players all showing out with all very good stats. No one performing mediocre in these games. The biggest fall from grace, of course, being, just the powerhouse that was, MMG's clutch. Their ability to clutch both as a team and individually. How they fell from being able to just easily take on numerous amounts of people to just falling and losing. And the 1v situations that came about it's killed them a lot. It's made them suffer. And now as we determine whether it's going to be a rehost or not, if it is, that could be very bad for MMG because that could be what Farside needs.
It is actually not. I was mistaken. Somehow, I don't know what's going on. Apparently that was it. That was the map. Mishmash Gaming took it. We are moving on to 8-7. We are moving on to border. I need to fix this though because I thought it was set up correctly. I was wrong.
I thought it went to overtime match point in 8-7 because that's what the Ventures games and the games prior to this did. But I just figured it was a little different. But obviously not. Mishmash winning out that map, and that will put us to our decider map at 11:30, making it almost guaranteed that these players are going to be running into the night, and they're going to be put in a situation where it's not entirely sure what's going to get the better of them first, whether it be guns or fatigue. As we move on to border, map number 3.
I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong at this point.
Just the overtime rounds.
Right. So overtime rounds. What do I put it on?
Let's see.
Just 1.
I believe 3.
3.
Or is it? No, I guess it is 1.
It is 1.
It's either 3 or 1.
Okay.
Because the maximum is 15 rounds, 8-7.
Right. I'm trying to figure out. Sorry about this, everybody, but give us 1 moment, please. Differential, blah, blah.
Yes.
Done.
Technical difficulties digress.
Yes.
We move
But we're
forward
good
in
now.
the set. Mishmash, your seed in the tournament, not performing as well as one would expect. Personally, going into this match, I expected a very commanding lead from Mishmash. But, we've seen a very strong play from Farside, especially in this last map on Cafe, despite losing. They played very, very well. A lot of rounds, being one-sided. And in a very close game, something you don't see often is these completely one-sided rounds. But as we move forward and forward, Farside just made themselves more and more known. And on Clubhouse, you really didn't see those kinds of maps, or you didn't really see the kind of matchups. It was more very calm, collected, 30-second pushes on attack, and they either won or they didn't. And then on Cafe, you turn around and you see Chopper Tom running around downstairs killing 4 people. You see Nomad spawn peeking and getting 2, 3 total, and it leads to this mashup. Close, very, very close rounds. Or very, very long, drawn out, yet surprisingly quick finishes. It's amazing how much can happen in those few minutes. There's a 1-2 minute mark, and then it's done. And we saw that time and time again. And now as we get the final map booted up, the only question left, on my tongue at least, is what team will pull through, as both have one map, 8 rounds to 6 rounds, 8 rounds to 7 rounds, and if the final one goes overtime, this might be our longest playoff match so far.
Indeed. Not the longest match I've ever casted, but definitely a long match indeed. But perfect training for me as well, not only just the players, but this is going to be perfect training for the best of 5 that I will be casting in the near future. I am getting a request for a quick 4 minutes from Nomad, probably to use the restroom again after such a long match. That was an extremely long match, so hopefully they get in, they get everybody in here, and everything is still okay. But yeah, for now, let's talk about Porter. Let's talk about Border. So it looks like Farside Gaming will be attacking first on Border. This map has been well known among the community since the very month after it released. It's probably one of the biggest maps to be known in collective history. So not a lot of new strats can be brought to the table. Not a lot of not a lot of differences can be brought, I guess, is something I could say. The only real thing that is gonna this match is gonna come down to is just the sheer one-on-one gunfights and the amount of intel as well. The amount of intel, gunfights, and just pretty much rotations are gonna be the biggest factor, because strats aren't really gonna have an effect on a map like this. Operator bans, it's probably gonna be somewhere around the same, maybe I'm assuming either a Thatcher or a Thermite ban. I could see maybe even a Maverick ban being taken out as well. Nomad's probably going to be taken off of the board, I would assume, after the devastation that Nomad has caused throughout the last 2 maps that we have seen her be played. Other than that, Mira ban, Echo ban, Smoke ban. Not really a lot to say about the map Border. It's been played, it's been seen. We know what's going to happen. We know what we're about to witness. All it's going to come down now is timing, rotations, winning those gunfights, and intel.
Definitely. And on a map like Border, it kind of mimics Coastline. And those engagements. That's what makes up Border, is the gunfights. They have the lanes set up everywhere on this map. They're ridiculous, just almost arenas built for gunfights. You have customs with cover and long angles. You have stock and detention, which are literal just open areas. You have a lobby, which is one of the most exposed areas in the entire game. The only example of close CQB fighting that heavily favors the defender would be fighting inside armory, fighting inside tellers, or fighting inside office. And even office is big enough that those attackers, they can play their games. They can play their super heavy gunfight, ACOG advantage, easy rounds. And Rage has actually just informed me that the decider is
We'll let
not
them find out on their own.
Border.
We'll let them find out on their own.
So
I'm so
exactly,
tired.
exactly as we were saying, Coastline, being that map
Yeah, Coastline
with
was
the
definitely the
super
map that we
heavy
were talking about.
gunfights, you know,
Yep.
um, Armory on Coastline, that super Armory, Armory on Coastline. It's my favorite site, Coastline. But
Yep.
legitimately, Coastline, it does
Coastline.
mimic Border, and those gunfights make up Coastline. Without gunfights, you can't win those one-on-ones, those scenarios that you have to get put into, whether it be vase, whether it be billiards, aquarium. Someone playing aquarium bar, if you miss your shots, like we seen at the like we saw at the 5 o'clock game, Sinful won a round because the Titans were unable to hit their shots in aquarium. They were able to win their one-on-ones, and they were able to secure an easy round because they won their one-on-ones. Coastline is much more frag heavy than Intel, much more frag heavy than Strats, big site except in Blue Bar, and I'm very eager to see how it plays out because both of these teams have a ridiculous amount of frag potential. And with them coming together, especially when you have players like Ice, Chopper Tom, Nomad, it's even Crisis in those clutch situations that he's put into. I can't see what kind of frag potential is going to come out.
Well, as we get everybody back in here, it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be another long map. It's going to be pretty much the same as what we have seen so far throughout the night. It's going to be just this back-to-back slugfest. All eyes are going to be on pretty much Nomad and Chopper Tom at the moment. But, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. I know, not really quite sure what to say. I mean, we've seen how both teams have played now. And not only have we seen it, but they have also seen it between the two of them. And I mean, potentially the only way one team is going to pretty much outwin the other one right now in a significant way is if Nomad either somehow breaks his thumb or if Chopper Tom just falls asleep and misses the match, because these two right now going head to head against each other, they are the trump cards of the match. They are the last second, don't worry, I got this type fraggers that have been just coming in and getting out these essential kills when and where they need to get them done. So I mean, it's really just going to come down to that. It's really going to come down to the patience and whose momentum is going to last longer here. Who has the most essential G fuel to keep them going throughout this match. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is going to be this has got to be one of the longest best of threes I've ever witnessed. We're getting into the best of
And
five
another
territory
thing
at this
about the
moment.
series, as it goes so long, some of these players might want to sub out, but at this time of night, what subs do you have online just casually? I mean, we've seen the same roster, but they can't really. I mean, I can't imagine they have the option to really sub out and get a player who's maybe more well rested or more well equipped. And even in a situation like this, do you want to sub out when they have the experience? They're on third map. They've already played against them. They know how they play. I mean, you have to weigh whether it be more advantage or disadvantage. But now, as we finally
Not
are going to start the match.
Not to mention here, one of the biggest things to put in is like, even if you could put in a sub, are you going to let this person take over your fame and glory after how much you have worked for it? After the blood, sweat, and tears that you have put into this game, do you really want somebody else to sub in for you and take over the glory? I don't think so. These players are too proud, they're too headstrong, and they are too eager to take home this championship. And it isn't even this is just the playoffs. So they're not even taking home a title. They're taking home the attempt of, or the possibility of making it to the finals here tonight. As Nomad will be the first ban off the board.
Definitely so.
Oh,
The Nomad obviously
I
being a
am so sorry.
staple ban. Nothing too out of the usual. We've seen that from a lot of teams, both recently and in this series itself. Thatcher, of course, getting banned along with her. Just very common, very staple bans. Nothing too unorthodox out of the usual here. Imagine we see something like Echo or Amira too. Nothing too unconventional ever coming from the bans.
Ooh, and that's going to be a direct ban, I believe, pretty much towards Monkey there, Monkey being very powerful with this Maestro play. We have seen his Alda be used throughout both maps, what sort of stopping power those 81 rounds have throughout the map, but this right here can't be anything more than a target ban towards Nomad. They do not want him to be on him to have that the new nerf, or excuse me, not nerf, with the new recoil buff to her Scorpion. And to be honest, I think it's actually a really smart play, forcing the likes of Nomad to play somebody else.
Definitely. And as we finally get underway, that's actually going to be playing the Capcan. Going to be a 6 pig off of that. Farside playing a very aggressive comp with the Ash and the Capital. Keeping the Hibana. 4-3 speeds. Capital probably going to be subbing off something like a Gridlock or a Jackal for pesky little roamers. Same for the Cap flush out. Past tankers. Never know. Nomad will be switching off the Capcan as kind of expected onto the Vigil. And the Capital will be switching to the Twitch. Which do really kind of different jobs, but similar in a sense if you look at it from a way of annoying the defenders. When the Twitch rework comes in, won't be too much of that anymore. But until then, the 10 damage and the annoying drone will reign supreme, as well as the F2 remaining the best gun in the game, probably for years to come.
Yeah, the F2 has always has been, always will be, until they decide to finally nerf that weapon. The best gun in the game. They call it the headshot machine for a reason. But yeah, if we're gonna be talking about nerfs and buffs sooner or later, and I can't believe I'm saying this for next season, but I cannot wait to see Tachanka be a valuable operator in a more professional standing.
You know, I can't either. It's a shame it's not coming as soon as I'd like it to. I wish it were coming next season. But when it gets here, I think the entire community will be rejoicing for Tachanka. Will, for once, be able to walk around with his LMG without the 5-second delay of placing and picking it up and picking it up. As well as all Junkrat players from Overwatch are going to be migrating to Siege. Anyway, we move on to the round as Ash rushes right into Hookah. And to top of cool vibes, looking to deny Roamer to rotate up as the rest of her team gets into position to establish cross angles. IQ, already in Hall of Fame, looking for anyone that might be in theater, so she can go ahead and start raking havoc from above as the rest of her team follows through to deny anyone in supply closet, as well, or excuse me, anyone in supply entrance, stop, or janitor entrance, service entrance, goodness, or bathroom in that general area.
And that right there was a close call, as Chopper Tom is going to do quite a bit of damage onto the Kai down below. Reaction is just going to be playing here, as they did opt to bring in the Mira. See, this was something I was not expecting them to do on Kitchen. Everybody knows exactly where the Mira strat, or where the Mira is best to go. C4 is going to go out. There's going to be 2 C4s off the board, all of them actually. And now they're not going to have any C4s left for down below or for later on in the round. However, a little bit of gun skill can go a long way in these types of situations, as Reaction is going to finally get that first kill off to Crisis, with Sleepy Cat following up on another. 2 of the 3 speeds popping off as they start getting kill after kill. Monkey and Nomad trading, however. And that's going to put them down into a 2v4 with a minute left on the clock. Chopper Tom looking away at the worst possible time, but immediately getting a kill off onto Reaction before the refrag, not realizing that Merc is still there. Now it's going to be all up to this Hibana on Skywalker to get this kill, and a little quick peek is going to shut it all down. The first round, the same as the last. If it works again, do it over. It's going to be Mishmash Gaming taking round 1.
Yes, in that exciting round, Mishmash doing a great job. And what they do best in just sweeping the floor, both in frags and really in execution. Obviously, their gunfight was good, but the way they brought about the gunfights was even better, putting themselves in those very strong positions where the angles just lined up perfectly to give them the best opportunities. And always getting Chopper Tom out of the way helped.
Yeah, getting him out of the way. I mean, again, he just looked away at the worst possible opportunity, unfortunately. But This could be what we were expecting to see. This could start to be the slowdown that we thought we were going to see in the prior map after such a long map of Clubhouse. But I mean, to go back to back like this, these back to back infinite over, or not infinite overtimes, but going into these overtime matches, this head to head matchups, I mean, it's tiring, it's exhausting, and to be honest, I'm not surprised to not see as much power from the likes of Chopper Tom and Nomad straight out of the gate as we have round 4. They're still very valuable players. They're still they still play very valuable operators on each side, but to a certain extent now, as they're starting to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, as fatigue gets the better of everyone, no one can escape it. No amount of coffee you, excuse me, no amount of coffee you drink can quite quell how hard fatigue will hit you. And sooner or later, everyone will fall to it. And we're already seeing it as this game starts to play out. Every player suffering just a little bit from how long they've been playing this game. Of course, neither team wanting to be the loser after how hard and how intense the investment is.
No, to put in this much time and to put in this much effort just to come out with an L after everything they have done so far, that would be crushing. More crushing than the fatigue they are feeling now. So, of course, they are going to be forced to keep it up just a little bit longer. Now, we are going to be starting in for round 2. It looks like Crisis is wasting no time to get above, clearing out Penthouse and trying to look for, I'm assuming, Nomad and any other roamer that's going to be playing upstairs. However, it looks like the only person that's going to be upstairs is going to be Ice over in blue. Or no, wait. Oh, wrong person. It's going to be Ice in Aquarium. And Ice, oh my god, taking down Chopper Tom through the wall. Got a pre-fire there. It took a lot of damage, but was not enough to take him out. He is going to get the first shot off onto Chopper Tom's head, followed by Simple getting that refrag onto Nomad, and Ice getting taken down as well by Skywalker.
The Skywalker getting that clear wallbang onto Chopper Tom, whether it be intel or just luck, it doesn't really matter at that point because you've just dislodged a massive threat. You've just given your team that much more of an advantage. And as Sledge tries to walk down main stairs, he's going to be very wary of that main lobby roamer that might just be waiting for him there. The attackers now finally getting their top floor control that they've been looking for here to establish these vertical angles to give them that little bit more of advantage that they need to win out the series. Castle playing in the main lobby will pose a detriment as the round comes to a conclusion. Of course, we have plenty of time between when the round will end and right now. Over a minute still left on the clock. Sledge opening the vertical, checking out what's going on, but nothing much happening. Overall, a slow round ever since the initial bloodshed. Is Gridlock, a monkey on the Gridlock rather, will slowly be creeping down main stairs, and Castle sitting nervous, security completely unaware of the Gridlock. Finally moving, Sleepy Cat is no Sleepy Cat and Monkey completely unaware of each other. Monkey will win out the fight, and level the playing field even more so in their favor. It is a 4v2. Castle playing in security will beat out Monkey in the fight where he had the intel. Monkey did not. He's going to be peeking into office. He's not going to see anything, so he's just going to run right back to main lobby. We can assume there's no one. But it doesn't matter because the attackers will down smoke. Castle will follow suit as the Ash will just collapse. Simple. Take out Sleepy Cat.
And what a way to clean up that round there. I mean, as we move off into round 3, this has kind of been the trend we have seen every single time. I mean, we really shouldn't expect anything else here. It has just been a constant back and forth, head-to-head brawl between these two teams going up against each other. And, I mean, to see that sort of answer back by their own, taking down Nomad off that early into the round, and it is proven to be, once again, the strategy for Farside Gaming. Once they get Nomad down, they can focus completely on the rest of the team, and it makes it so much easier to take down all of Mishmash Gaming one by one without having to have that fear factor that is Nomad. Monkey's going to be switching over to the Jackal as well. But biggest thing I'm going to be noticing here, now that Nomad is on dock,
Defenders, protect
that's
the bombs
terrifying.
being
That's going to
defused
be
by
an ACOG on the MP5. At least I'm assuming he's using the MP5, yeah. So that's going to be an ACOG on the MP5. He's going to have stims for every time he gets in one of those 1v1 situations and is unable to come out with full health on top. And on top of that, he's going to be able to stim himself for every fight that he gets into. Not something you're going to want to go up against when you're facing a gunner that is
Bomb
Nomad.
located by attackers.
Yeah, and obviously, Doc being known as like the go-to pick if you're trying to rank star and
10
pump
seconds
stomp.
left before
And
insertion.
I have no player in my mind that I would be more scared of with that kind of potential than Nomad. I mean, we've seen him without the crutch. We've seen him without the ACOG and what he can bring. Now, with the ACOG, with a good gun, just imagine what he's going to be able to do. If I were the attackers and I knew Nomad had that ACOG, I'd be hesitant to walk out of spawn. And now, he's just going to wait. And as soon as the opportunity comes his way, I'm sure he's just going to take it every single time head on. And with full health of course, because he's playing Doc.
Swapping mags.
Ice is going to be the first person making sort of a move down below, as Chopper Tom is not going to let the same thing that happened the round before happen to him again, taking down Ice as soon as humanly possible within the first 20 seconds of the round. And now he is going to be pushing his way in, looking for electronics from down below to possibly get a little bit of an advantage for himself. Meanwhile, Nomad getting a very scary pixel peek up onto the roof here. He is waiting, knowing that the second somebody peeks their head, he is going to win that gunfight. Confident in his ability, in fact.
Indeed. Nomad, still just chilling, waiting for the attackers to come into his line of sight. Monkey on the Jackal and Luggage, watching main stairs, just being very cautious of any defender that might come his way. Nomad still just waiting, daring someone to come near as the attackers rotate around and center their push on Aquarium, Luggage, Billiards, that area of the map. Castle's obviously giving them that cover. Can be kind of a double-edged sword, as Nomad will get a kill onto the Jackal.
Yeah, with Nomad taking down that Jackal, there's going to be a huge pick off later into the game. They know exactly where he is now, so it's not going to be as hard to take him down. But still, having Monkey off of the board is going to be hard to detect this Merc slipping down into Sunrise, as now he's going to try to make his way back up on the Cool Vibe stairs. They are pushing into sight, however. Grenade is about to go out. Crisis throws it down, isn't able to connect, but they do get control and are able to plant. If they can stick it here, yeah, they will be able to stick it there. They are going to be able to get that plant down, and now Simple just has to kind of hold off this bomb. Chopper Tom getting one from behind, Sleepy Cat getting another. Reload. And Chopper Tom is just going to answer right back onto Sleepy Cat. Right here, it looks like, oh my god, the disrespect. Chopper Tom going in for two, but Crisis, after finally taking down Nomad in a 1v1, he has waited so long for this, gets him with that sledge, the disrespect for the final kill.
And just an amazing play from the attack there, really shutting down Nomad. They did a very good job of making sure that he didn't get ahead of himself, that he wasn't able to cause too much damage, and that Chopper Tom was able to do just as much, if not more, being that top frag capability, that top frag potential from both teams. It was a very well executed play from the attack, very well executed defense from the defense, and it just came down to the small little details and the small little gunfights that were won and what weren't won that really came to show. And the attack, at the end of the day, didn't make so much as much. They didn't do more, or they didn't bring more to the table, but they made less mistakes. They were more solid in what they brought, and that's what let them edge over and win the round.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad to see Chopper Tom doing what Chopper Tom does best. Only thing here, though, is that how long, I hate to keep saying it, sounding like a broken record, but how long is it going to last? We are already 175 minutes. That's over 3 hours into this game, and we're only on round 4. So, biggest thing we're going to have to put out here, I mean, we've seen F6 on the last map go up in the rounds when facing Mishmash Gaming. They started out an attack. They got themselves up to a 4-2 advantage, and then they ended up, taking them to overtime and losing it in the overtime. Thing is here is, are they going to let the same thing happen? Is MMG going to let them get up 4 rounds and try to risk Farside Gaming taking yet another map and possibly taking the playoff match, or is Mishmash Gaming going to try to turn it around here and bring it into their favor?
And that really is the million-dollar question. As the round digresses, Legion playing in the main lobby, and Mira getting some angles that she can watch as the defenders just continue to set up and get very tight positions, as Nomad playing very aggressive in office. As Chopper Tom and Nomad already having a 1v1, Nomad isn't going to be having any of that in that disadvantageous position, and he's just going to rotate back out into security. And Chopper Tom's going to be pushing in. He's just going to gun straight for Nomad. He's going to be peeking around. He's not going to see him. If only he knew he was right through the wall. Check it. He's going to see Nomad's head, but he's just going to barely miss the shot. Nomad's going to be moving out as Chopper Tom further pushes into security, and Nomad watches his tight angles. Nomad, Chopper Tom getting into this gunfight. Nomad just crouching. Chopper Tom not able to win out the gunfight at the time that he's given. Nomad probably at the more advantageous position here with the gun better suited to close quarters. That ACOG could prove to be a detriment if Tom isn't careful here. Nomad not being anything too aggressively. Looking down to Claymore, I guess, so he doesn't get rushed. Checks to make sure the Claymore isn't to his left. As Nomad goes to peek Tom. And he peeks around, and Tom will win the fight with 1 or 2 hit points left to spare, as his battle scars to show that he won, and he won good. Making it a 4v4 as the instant refrag. As at least Chopper Tom isn't taken out. So that's a pretty good trade for the defense, having 3 players left on the board and 1 with a fragment of health.
Yeah, the attacking team of Farside Gaming, if there is anybody that's not afraid to go head-to-head with the likes of Nomad, it is Chopper Tom. Now, he is in a very bad situation. 1 Legion mine, 1 foul play, and he is going to be taken out here. And Simply will be able to take out Reaction. That is going to put them in a 3v4 situation. 2 players, or a player on each side having extremely low health. The Mira on Sleepy Cat especially, sitting with almost 1 health, gets taken down by Simple as they push their way into sight, not realizing there's another in the bathroom. Mercs is going to get not 1 but 2 and 3 as they just can't seem to pinpoint his location, running around in circles, getting the diffuser in a very bad situation. Monkey has to try to get a 1v2 here with only 10 seconds left, and Mercs might have just won his team the round. He's going to try to go for the frag, does get the frag, but there just isn't enough time to get the plant, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the round, bringing them now to a 2-2.
And a very climactic finish, of course. Very nice to watch if you're a spectator. If you're really anyone, it's good. If you're the guy who died, it's not so good. It was very climactic there at the end. There was a whole, well, obviously, there was a whole lot of stuff that happened. The final combination of blood and guts in the final fleeting seconds of the round led to the swift victory that occurred. Obviously, the next site going to be chosen is going to be Hookah. They can't go back to Kitchen. Nothing too unconventional here. Jaeger, almost a must pick for Hookah, so you don't have someone just idling on the balcony, ruling your world, and smoke, so they can't just walk in and plant. Very standard team comps coming out here, nothing too crazy, nothing unconventional. Sticking to the norms, both teams, I imagine, on the edge of their chair.
I mean, I couldn't imagine anything else. They have been putting in so much work, and Farside Gaming has to be taking a big hit in their comms right now, knowing that that was their round. They should be up right now 3-1 in this situation. Unfortunately for them, yet again, not knowing where somebody is, and just lack of, it must have been camp or something, not realizing that Merc had rotated into the bathroom. He was able to just take down all 3 of the biggest fraggers on the team of Farside Gaming with 0 repercussions. Getting off that play was, I mean, that's what he needed to do. But now as we get off here into round 5, we are going to see a little bit of a different play style here, moving up into hookah billiards. To be honest, last time they went up into hookah billiards, it didn't really work out for them that well. It seems like Simple especially was able to push his way up and help Skywalker get the plan down almost, what, there's like a minute left on the clock. They're going to have to try to switch something up here. Give or take. So they're going to have to switch something up here if they're going to not want that to happen again. Biggest thing I noticed, though, is that instead of the dock play, Nomad is going to be playing it safe and will be switching it back up to the Mozzie.
Yeah, and obviously, Doc Mozzie doesn't really matter what you put him on. As long as he's got a gun, he's going to be fragging out. That's always a threat for the attack. Always have to be aware of that. As a minute has almost already passed in this round, not much action, just angles being held. Ice going back to his favorite bullet holes. Him and Tom both loving all of those. Who would win in a situation? He's checking the bullet hole now. He just barely misses the body, peeking from Hall of Fame door, and he will see it, but he goes away at the worst time possible. The intel's been relayed now via drone. The Ash knows he's there. It's a one-on-one fight now. As the Ash pushes up, and he's gonna get killed by Ice. Ice reloading his gun, just preparing for the next body, who's actually dropped his Crisis in bathroom of Penthouse. As Ice and Crisis have a 1v1, but it doesn't matter. As Nomad will take him out from the hallway angle, a very long ways away, and Nomad walking down main stairs will take out yet another. The Twitch of main lobby is going to get taken out instantly by Nomad, and he's not even done yet. He's still going. Capital and the Penthouse not going to be able to get anything done with the angles he's currently watching. Nomad's going to get shot at a little. He's going to return fire. Capital winning the engagement HP-wise. He's going to be taking the shots, and he's going to be finally ending Nomad's reign of terror as the shots come out onto IQ from inside of Hookah via Smoke's SMG-11. The powerhouse package is going to be able to kill the IQ and leave Skywalker in a 1v4 situation with only 30 seconds left on the clock and this almost unwinnable situation.
Yeah, not a lot he can really do here. It's going to be a 1v4, and I mean, even just right there just shows the type of power that Nomad, by the way, nice wallbang, but it's going to show the type of power that Nomad has for not only himself but his entire team. Even when he doesn't kill somebody, he puts in so much damage across the board that it makes it almost a cakewalk for his team to scoop up the round whenever he goes down. And I mean, momentum wise, it's looking a lot more in Mishmash Gaming's favor. But then again, biggest question I guess to ask here is, why has Farside Gaming chosen to go on attack every single map they play, regardless of what this right here? Coastline is considered an extremely friendly map. So the fact that they're down a point right now, if they this around into a 4-2, Mishmash Gaming in favor of that 4-2, I don't think Farside Gaming is going to have what it takes to be able to bring that back. If they bring it into a 3v3, it might be a different time. Will only tell as we check the next round.
Yes, and if that split does end up being a 4-2, definitely won't be what Farside wants to see. An even split would be ideal, but, you know, as we get later and later, the fatigue sets in more and more. The players have to wonder, is it worth it? And as they wonder if it's worth it, all they need to remember is they are going to get paid if they win. And I'm sure that's a great inspiration, but if they can just remember that as we seep into the 12:01 hour and we enter Sunday, the fatigue might be the real winner of this game, instead of Farside or Mishmash, either one. But as of right now, Mishmash definitely coming out on top in both position and in gunfight. They have been playing better this game, and it is really a miracle Farside is 2-3ing them. Because Farside has been playing bad, they've just made less errors. But here recently, as of the past few rounds, Mishmash really just has been playing better, and the way that they've executed everything they've done.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been an all-around slugfest, back and forth, no matter what you want to call it. But at this map especially, Mishmash Gaming, you can see it here in the scoreboard, have just been pulling their own weight. Definitely woken up a little bit after almost losing their map. I guess I just really don't want to go through that again. Excuse me.
It leaves you
like
in a
monkey-
situation where you just
Scanning for
you see the repetition, you see patterns, you see the trends being followed through by both teams. A different type of push, though, coming out from Farside this time, basing it in Sunrise, and moving through Kitchen. A little bit different from what they've been doing in the past, kind of ignoring VIP for now at least, as they progress further and further through the map and get closer to the objective.
Biggest thing I've been noticing that has been probably one of the biggest trends so far is that every time Mishmash Gaming starts to take a lead, FG somehow figures out to take down Nomad early into the round, and from there they're able to just escalate on that tenfold. They're able to just completely turn the game, or turn the round into their favor. As you can see here, already in a 4v5 situation, slowly eating away the defending team as they start to push their way up into the site.
And as they push up into the site, it's getting bleaker and bleaker for the defense here as the time sets in and the drones are just being used in the best way possible for Farside here. MMG's looking for any frantic kill they can get to just even the odds that much more to give them just a little bit of hope in this round. It's looking just more and more like Farside's win. The Legion Mines will come out, but it doesn't matter if Chopper Tom takes off the head of Mute. As the Legion and Kaid are left alone in theater, the rest of the attackers will collapse, hold their angles, and prepare to push, prepare to plant, and prepare to win the round.
Will be able to get one, but he is going to answer back with one of his own right now. But Monkey coming in for the final kill will take off the head of Reaction, and that's going to bring them to an even 3v3. And we are reminded once again over and over that we are going to be in this for the long haul. These teams are not giving up their position. They are both too stubborn to let either of the other team win, or let fatigue set in to the point of where they are willing to risk it all and go above and beyond what they were ready to go for to secure this win. They've put in too much time, they've put in too much effort to just let it go now that they are this close.
And now that they're this close, it is the split 3-3. Both teams can just taste a sweet, sweet victory. But they can't quite feel it yet. It's so far out of reach, but so far away. 6 picks coming out, the Rook going to the Echo. That's going to be kind of important as we seep into this round. No IQ for the attack, so the Echo has that kind of mobility, kind of freedom to do what he needs to do, get his job done, and get it done to the maximum potential. With him planting out in an intel, something you don't see a whole lot, because you see IQ is a very, very frequent pick. There's almost more often that you don't see her, or more often that you do see her than you don't. So it's good for Echo, good for Farside in this setup. Not the easiest, not the best, certainly not going to be the most conventional or convenient for Mishmash.
10 seconds left.
Mishmash Gaming now switching over to attack. It seems like Farside is going to be choosing Hookah Billiards as their first attack room. A lot of things I like to point out here. I usually don't see Castle that much at this level of play. I usually don't see him being brought in as effectively as he has been, but oh my goodness, Monkey already getting the first pick with Reaction being taken down right after. Spawn peaks are what going to cost the lives of 2 of the players over on Mishmash Gaming. Is now it is going to be a 3v5 situation in a matter of seconds. Nomad's still on the board, however, so there is still the possibility of him for him to clutch, but it's going to be that much harder without any intel from his teammates, without any drones, and most importantly, without any distractions, as he is now going to have to take on the likes of Farside Gaming by his own.
And in that scenario, it puts all that pressure on Ice. But it doesn't matter, as Nomad will prove to Ice that he's not alone. Nomad, obviously a very strong fragger. If he comes down these stairs and if he dies, that is a massive, massive win for Farside here. Obviously, he is the heavyweight of his team. He is holding most of the frag potential, carrying it on his back. Ice is definitely not far away. He has the potential, it's just getting the opportunity that's the hard part for him. Nomad obviously has more opportunity because he's a little bit more aggressive of a player. These castle barricades preventing entry, as Nomad will just opt to drop the courtyard and move to Cool Vibes as he pre-aims. The thing that Nomad does do that a lot of players don't is he always, or not always, but most of the time he runs red dot on his weapons. As he's checking out Cool Vibes now to see if that one player, that one body stacked up on Cool Vibes will be dumb enough to peek him. As the Echo is just holding the passive angle. It doesn't even bother. He doesn't even give Nomad the time of day. As he's stuck down, just waiting, not able to do a whole lot. His teammates need to draw him. Ash and Luggage now, getting rid of the castle barricade that prevented entry earlier. As Gridlock vigorously beats the castle barricade and Aquarium. The attackers are almost in a position they can finally start getting a move on. But not Nomad. Nomad sits. Nomad waits.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Cover me.
And
Reloading.
Nomad sitting and Nomad waiting is probably what is going to help him out so much later in the round. I mean, if he can meet up with his team here, now that he doesn't have to worry, yeah, he's just going to start doing what Nomad does best. He's going to put in all this pressure from a different angle. His team is going to just go in, take out the defending team from a different angle. He's going to get one, gets another. That's him for the triple. And like I said, as long as Nomad is still on the board, he is still too much to handle. One man, it might as well be a one-man army. There is no
Operators, you have
team.
run out of time.
Oh, but it doesn't matter because the Echo was still on the board. Very
And that Echo
unfortunate. Monkey
is
doing...
gonna make all the difference. Nomad can frag all day long. He can get 4, he can get 5. No, excuse me, he can get 3, he can get 4, he can't get 5. But it doesn't matter as long as they have that Echo. That clutch Echo, you saw that 6th pick Monkey coming in clutch. The Rook to the Echo came in super clutch for Farside. Guaranteed them the round, despite how well Nomad played. And his very intelligent aggression, very well done, well placed shots. It was all very well done if you're MMG, but it was even more well done if you're Farside.
Well done if you're Farside indeed, but the bigger picture to look at here is that Nomad has solidified his position as the fear factor on Mishmash Gaming. We've said it once. We don't even need to say it. We have watched him do it single-handedly 2 maps in a row, and now on map 3 he still proves to be a one-man army even after hours, not minutes, not an hour and a half, hours, multiple of just non-stop fragging out for his team. Still proves that Farside Gaming has to take him out first if they have any chance of securing this map. Leaving him alive is a mistake that they cannot afford, and they have got to use everything in their ability to try to shut him down.
Stay clear of AVS line of fire.
Yeah, as Nomad just coming in clutch, you can't help but applaud the coordination between the team. Obviously, the comms have to be very resolute, they have to be very precise, because he's just able to do this, and he can't do it by himself. He has that team, he has that potential, he has the variability, thanks to his perfect team coordination. You can only imagine what kind of calls are being made, what drone positions they're using to get this kind of information. I mean, the relayed intel has to be flawless. It's amazing just to imagine how good it is. But as we move on to this round, Farside is looking for some intel themselves to try to combat MMG, because at the end of the day, they might have won last round, but they didn't win by a whole lot.
And it looks like Chopper Tom is going to get spotted up at the top of this penthouse here. Gridlock is going to be waiting for him, knowing that he is there. Can't go for the jump out yet, really, because if he does, he can get taken down rather easily. One thing we got to notice here, hunting him down as Ice gets the first frag on the Simple is going to be Nomad trying his hardest to rush in here and get rid of him as soon as possible. Nomad knows what to do. Chopper Tom knows what to do. The biggest question is who's going to do it first, who's going to do it better. As reinforcements finally come along, Monkey's going to try to come in and get this 1v1 fight against the likes of Nomad. Crouching down, does see him. Nomad somehow doesn't hear it. Doesn't matter. Turns around and is able to get the kill off on the Monkey, marketing another. And this is just pure carnage. Nothing else to really call it except that, as Chopper Tom is going to try his best to hold out upstairs still. He could still get a different, some clutch kills. Not a lot of health left on the likes of Mishmash Gaming, as Chopper Tom's going to get one.
Sweeping for electronics.
But again, he's going to have to wait here.
Getting the one on Chopper Tom. It's going to do a lot for him, but it's not going to do that much. Skywalker will get a kill during the C4. He's not able to deny the plane. He's going to try to shoot in default, but he can't find the angle as the plane is getting stuck by the Gridlock. He's going to get shot. And Merc, Chopper Tom, going to be taken out. Excuse me, not Merc. Anyway, Chopper Tom is going to be trying to take out the people in the bathroom, but it's not going to matter as Ice is holding the cross angle from right outside Blue Bar all the way down into lobby with Ash's very, very powerful R4C. And Chopper Tom will be wiped off the board.
Yeah, and that right there is very unfortunate to see. But then again, it's going to be the exact same strategy as what it is before. I mean, this time it was a little bit different. Nomad wasn't as much of a powerhouse compared to some of the other rounds he has been having. It seems like this round, the rest of his team just sort of got in, started cleaning up the likes of FG, and unfortunately for them, they just weren't able to get the kills off where they needed up until that last round. It was pretty much going to be a flawless up until the last 3 kills, the last 30 seconds when they were starting to get the plant down. And that is just something you can afford in this map. And again, we are seeing the same thing. We have seen 2 maps in a row. It is a 4v4 head-to-head, neck and neck, just complete dog match of a of an event right now. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I've never seen a more well paired up together team going head to head against each other. And to be completely honest with you, I'm sad that this isn't the finals. I am sad that one of these teams are going to be the only team to go to the finals while the other ones will not. Because to be honest, I could not see a better matchup or a better pair moving on to such an event than these two right here.
I mean, these two teams really just are grand slam teams. It is like, it basically is the finals and the corners, and that is such a shame, as you say, because at this point, they don't really get anything besides life in the tournament from winning this game. Versus in the finals, obviously, it's a cash prize. There's there's notoriety. There's enough to be had. But here in the quarterfinals, they don't have much. For the other teams in the bracket, it's a blessing that these two, as you call them, juggernauts, are segregated. Because if they were not, they would run through everyone in their path like it's nothing. This makes for a great match. Unfortunately, it is a little early in the tournament, but that's alright because we have plenty of other very, very strong teams, both Adventures and Masters, coming out.
Yes, indeed. And Chopper Tom there, as you've just seen, tried to get an early frag off on to Nomad. I've got to stop giving these guys so much time, but it's hard to miss them when they're the ones being the guys getting all the frags here. But, yeah, though, again, Chopper Tom making his way back down. He is going to be playing this top side yet again, not realizing that there is somebody over on to Aquarium Balcony. If he isn't careful, could get pre-fired through the wall here. As I believe it is, yes, Nomad just droning out there on Aquarium Balcony.
And Nomad walking to Aquarium. Chopper Tom holding that angle, as you said. That is very precarious. It's a very tight angle for Chopper Tom. And a very, very risky situation if you're Nomad. If you know Jaeger's there, you have to take the chance. Do I peek him? Do I rush him? Do I ignore him? All the different options you have, make or break. And it looks like Nomad's going to choose to ignore him for the time being at least, and prioritize the other defenders as he pushes the one up on base. He's going to take him out, confirming the Mozzie on the top of Cool Vibes. He's going to instantly be pre-firing the 90 for the defender that he knows is there. And he's not going to be able to take anything out, but Ice will do the job for him, confirming the castle that was playing around 90. Skywalker, Crisis is on site as the rest of the round
Concussion ready.
comes to a more slow conclusion.
41 seconds left on the clock, and we are going to be looking at pretty much the same thing we've seen last round. Yeah, there it is. Nomad getting yet another kill, doing too much damage as he pushes in. Being as aggressive as Nomad can possibly be, he's going to come in, and he's just going to take down almost everybody. Crisis barely stopping him with only a nick of health left. It's going to be a one-hit wonder and a stream. One health and a stream. He needs to get pretty much a whole ace here if he's going to do anything about it, but there's just nothing much he can really do. Very unfortunate to see. A shotgun is going to be the thing to take him down, and Reaction will get that final kill off on the Crisis, leaving it now into a 5-4 Mishmash Gaming.
Mishmash being that close to taking this nerve-wrenching 200-plus minute series out from under Farside. And that is exactly what you want. If you're Mishmash, you want to just apply that little bit more effort, push that little bit harder while they're still not entirely oriented, while they're still not grounded. They might have a little bit of fleeting potential that you can just crush right before they get out of the gate. If you can manage to do that, you can win, you can lock out the series, and you can relax because you've just secured your place in the semifinals against really one of the only teams that would give you trouble because of how strong Farside is. And if you're Farside, you just want to come hitting hard, you want to pull this overtime, or even better, you want to win these 3 rounds in a row. But odds are, with how these teams are playing, neither of those is going to happen, and it's just going to go back and forth. And at this rate, it does look like Mishmash is going to be able to take the map, unless Farside does something very good, wrong, and very unexpected. Because we've seen these orthodox plays and these very safe in-the-line strats have just gone one round, one round, one round, one round. Nothing exponential has happened.
And unfortunately, it's looking a lot more in Mishmash, or unfortunately for Farside, it's looking a lot more in Mishmash's favor. And this is something we have not seen that too much in the last 2 maps. Usually it is Farside Gaming having the upper hand at this point. Usually they're the ones kind of bringing it closer more to a match point, where this time it is the other way around. And excuse me. And now that we are going to be seeing Mishmash Gaming in this lead, being that they are on an attacker-friendly map, this is really going to be a more of a bigger struggle for the likes of Farside Gaming. They don't have any wiggle room here. Seeing as they are down a map, or seeing that they are down a round, they are tied up right now for a map. There is no room to play around with your opponents, because if you do, that's going to be it. You're going to lose. But oh my god, as I am saying that, Chopper Tom just gets to play outside and take down 2, baiting out Nomad, and that is going to be Nomad getting taken. And just to make me eat my words, they are going to put it down to a 2v5 in a matter of seconds and make everybody in the crowd guess how and where was this earlier.
I mean, Tom always pocketing those just phenomenal plays. I mean, right there, super risky, super high reward. The risk, and he got the reward. Ice, having rotated back to the position that Tom was when he struck, and the Jackal, being the Sunrise foyer, is not going to be able to do a whole lot after Tom just puts down the rest of your team. You can't do a whole lot. Jackal peeks in a sandwich, he moves in, looks for anything he can in the fleeting seconds of this round. Vertical grip on the Jackal gun, a little questionable, but nonetheless, probably won't make a difference, as the defense looks to sink their teeth into the juicy piece of meat that is MMG, and the last few fleeting members of their team in this round.
Yeah, and it looks like Reaction and Ice are just going to try to play their time here. Drone going out just to find a little more intel than what they're dealing with. They figure out exactly where the Mozzie is, find out he's sitting on the hatch, could get a kill here, but again, it's going to have to be a 2v5. And to put in those type of kills together is going to be just going to be nutty. Especially when you only have a minute left on the clock. Ash, yes, she does have, or Ice does have the diffuser at the moment, but it's not the diffuser that's the problem. It's trying to be able to push into sight that's the problem. When you have so many bodies looking at you, when you have so many lines of sight, or so many angles being held on you, what else is there really to do? Ice will be able to take down one, and that's going to be simple off of the board. However, Reaction is going to have to try to win this 1v1 gunfight as he takes quite a bit of damage. Skywalker here is going to get an easy kill. Yup, if Ice is not careful. And Skywalker, I expect nothing less by this time, is going to take down the likes of Reaction and Ice, bringing it now to a 5-5, 1 round away from match point.
Into that just close final moments of the round, both a very good play, very unexpected from Skywalker. It's exactly what you need to do, is do something they're not going to expect. I mean, these teams have been playing each other for a very long amount of time. They can kind of tell how they're going to play now. They think, oh, they're going to play conventionally. They might be behind the bar. They might be in billiards. Nah, Skywalker's off to the left in front of Aqua door. You can't fight what you can't predict. So Skywalker easily able to take out Ice, and the really, really accurate, very well placed free fire onto Reaction, taking him out of the game, securing them the round. I mean, just phenomenal plays here. As you say, 5-5. We're getting closer and closer to the end of this series, as no team wants to be the one to lose it out. And, you know, if Farside wins, that turns the tables. That turns the 1-1, 1-1, one round to their favor, if they can just win this one. So it really just revolves around which team is going to win the crucial round that puts them in the lead. Not so much which team gets on the winning spree that they need to win it out.
While we have this time here as well, I just want to thank everybody that has been in this stream, has been with us, has been sitting on the edge of their seats, rooting for their favorite teams. I know you guys must be exhausted. It has been a very, very long neck-and-neck match. There's been so many highs, even with some of the lows, and it is just a adrenaline rush of a match from start to finish. So I just want to thank you guys very much for taking the time to come out here and just stay here with us at Collective. But with that being said, we are going to get back into this game. Little peek there, realizing that Monkey was sitting at the bottom of that door trying to get a spawn peek from office. However, it wasn't going to be able to pinpoint his exact direction or location due to the operator that he picked. But Monkey's playing a lot more of an aggressive role. We've been seeing him a little more on the passive support role, but it's not going to matter, as Reaction will get that first frag off and is going to take down Monkey. Monkey pushing a little too aggressively there, does end up getting taken down. Now it is going to be a 4v5 in the first 30 seconds of the match.
And in the first few seconds, obviously, a lot of action coming out. And we see a kind of trend, and it's been repeating itself in a fair amount of rounds between these two teams, where there have been a lot of like high-intensity action at the beginning of the round, and then it's slowed down, and then it's been a bloodbath at the end. I mean, we saw it when Tom ran out, got the 2 kills, and then we had like 2 minutes of downtime. And then finally, Reactions and Ice fell. We've seen it even further back on Clubhouse when Nomad was able to take out 3 people at the beginning of the round, then got taken out. And then it was almost 2 minutes later, and then his team finally closed it out, with Crisis finally getting a kill. But now, on this map, in this round, it looks to be following a similar trend, but not exactly, as Chopper Tom will get a double kill in the round for his team, and Nomad's going to be dropping down to Courtyard, looking to be hunting down Chopper Tom. Neither of them going to be crossing paths just yet. Both trying to win the round for their team, spearheading their attack.
Yeah, and Chopper Tom is able to bring it into an easy 3v3 for the defensive team. I mean, and now he once again put it back into anybody's match. Merc is going to try to get a little bit of pressure as Tom and Nomad are going to go into this 1v1. They're trying so hard, but Tom is going to come out on top this time, and it's just back and forth. Now you already know what type of match it's going to be. And Sleepy Cat's going for the plant for some reason with no coverage whatsoever. It's going to be Merc, and we already knew what happened the second that Chopper Tom won that gunfight against Nomad. Merc is going to try to push his way into sight. It's not going to matter. 15 seconds left. Diffuser's nowhere near. He is going to get the kill on the Crisis, but since the Diffuser is just so far away, he's going to get taken down, and there it is, bringing him down to match point. Skywalker with the final kill for FG.
And there, I mean, you could kind of tell. I mean, Tom obviously killing Nomad was a big factor in that round. But you also, I think, have to give Fatigue a little bit of credit. I mean, why would Sleeping Cat just walk up to default and hold X to plant? What's the point? He doesn't have but one teammate outside covering him, but he does it anyway. And I feel like that's the kicker with these players having played for so long, is now at this point, they're weighing their options. Is it worth it to play? Is it worth it to reap my harvest? Because I've invested so much into this game. Or is it worth it to sleep? And these players, even if they want to play, I mean, they have to struggle with fatigue. They are tired. It is a very nerve-inducing, long, drawn-out game. Your body can only produce so much adrenaline in these high-intensity rounds. You can't sustain that level of intensity. I mean, when you have sleep, especially Chopper Tom and Nomad going head-to-head, I can't imagine how tired these two players are after how many times and times again they have single-handedly won rounds.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no point. The amount of numbers they have just been stacking up every single game to put it all against all three maps, it's got to be up to like the 50s at this point. And to be honest, I don't know, somebody forgot to tell Chopper Tom about the fatigue thing, because this man is going 16-7 with his team on his back at the moment. And I mean, they're on match point right now. This is deja vu. This is the exact same thing that we have seen every round in a row, but now with so much on the line, with so much going on, this is the part where we see Mismatch Gaming come back with that big spurt of energy that they have been having all game long, that they need to be able to solidify this tie, because if not, they can't let FG just take it here. Not after so many times. How many times has FG gone to match point and Mishmash Gaming has brought it back to bring them into this 6v6 situation? Or, yeah.
No. Yeah, you're exactly right. And almost right off the bat, Nomad and Tom going to be getting in a 1v1 engagement here. At the service engine's door, just firing some shots at a very disadvantageous position. Not the smartest to be peeking Nomad there, and Nomad will punish him for it. He'll get him down to about 25 health as Tom will retreat. Nomad sitting pretty with his full 100 and a few bullets less in his magazine, but with Tom, a few quarters less in his health bar, and his teammates suffering some damage too, as the entirety of Farside has just become a little bit weaker in the health department, as the rest of MMG pushes up and tries to get these aggressive, objective angles to try to help them win out the series. Amaru being kind of a weird pick, as well as Frost, a weird pick, but the first frag will come out finally, and MMG follows the Sophia, get put out of the game. The diffuser will get picked up. They're just running around upstairs, getting that focus, trying to get an definite, trying to get a definite way to secure the round on Farside and keep them alive in this map.
Now, something I want to notice here is reaction going to fall for this Frost mat that's here. Yes, she will. Reaction will fall for the Frost mat, putting her down to extremely low health. Very poor. That's going to be a very poor coincidence for that to happen to her. However, now Nomad is going to have to do a little extra here to carry his team. Simple's going to get the kill off on the reaction. And as Simple is going to sit here, putting it down to a 3v5, he is really going to have to try to play it safe, if not to get taken out by Ice. But instead will get taken out. Ice and Nomad still with full health on their team, still the top fraggers. But then again, a 3v4 situation is still a 3v4 situation, no matter how you look at it, especially with 15 seconds remaining.
10 seconds remaining.
In a very high intensity situation like this, where everyone's just trying to watch their angles, and you have players like Ice and Nomad just rushing up, trying to get these quick and easy kills, and they have the support of Sleepy Cat to help them do it.
Run out of time.
And that right there is going to be the win for FG after 4 long hours of blood, sweat, and tears. I can't even imagine how much these guys are yelling and screaming and losing their mind in their comms. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 maps head-to-head, one after the other. It was starting to look like deja vu, but there it is. FG, Farside Gaming, wins the map and wins the game. Wow, what a leg race.
I feel like I blinked and the last round was won. Just like that, Farside took it. It was very quick. Very, very precise execution.
Gonna invite Monkey in here. Hopefully he isn't hopefully he's calmed down just a little bit after that game. That was a very that was just action packed from start to finish. So many people from Collective came here to watch these two go head to head with each other. I mean, it was insane. This was just an insane match. I can't wait to see what Monkey has to say.
That was insane. The interview, I'm sure it will be a great insight on what we've seen, or what we've experienced here and watching them play. Monkey, of course, being the IGL, and here's him himself. Monkey, how you doing, man?
Monkey.
Technical difficulties.
Technical
Nice.
difficulties. Love it. I am unfortunately.
Whole controller died, man. Whole controller died. I'm here though.
Oh, right on.
And
Nice,
I heard your question.
nice.
Right on
Thank
time.
you. I'm here. How you doing?
Is your audio included?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, good. So, 4 hours. How are you
I'm
feeling
sorry.
right now?
Just want to say I'm sorry to you guys first. That's the
Huh?
the main thing.
No, that's
but,
fine. You guys.
Hey, it was a great game. I,
you
do have
guys put
church
in a
tomorrow
fight.
at 8, but you know, it was a great game.
Okay, we got church, so never mind. But like, no, that was a good game, man. That was extreme pressure back and forth. No matter how you want to look at it, that was, even though yes, you guys did win, you have to give a huge amount of credit towards the team of Mishmash Gaming. I've never seen a more well head-to-head even play style between the two of you guys. And I mean, you guys were just you were each other's kryptonites. You were pretty much Superman against Batman, just up against one another. Like, it was an insane fight to watch, man.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. And yeah, it definitely was. Definitely was, man.
The fatigue setting in.
So, personally, Monkey, I'm curious in watching that just amazing trilogy of a game. What was the mindset with like the clutch plays? 'Cause I'm gonna tell you, Farside was coming out, man. Your team was getting some ridiculous clutches, and these 1vx situations. What were the comms like? Were they very intel heavy? Was it more like shut up, let him clutch? Like how was it playing out?
Usually at first, my teams had a whole bunch of intel. Once the intel was completely gone, my team just kind of does what we all do and just stay quiet. We listen and just stay quiet, and that's exactly what was happening. That's what happened to Crisis, myself, Tom, multiple times. We just, listened, and we just stayed quiet the whole time, just watching a show, and it was definitely a show with those clutches.
Well, so we can't even talk about clutch plays if we're not going to talk about that Nomad Ace in the very beginning, first round on Clubhouse. What was your guys' comms when you first started going up against Nomad? Or not Nomad, but Mishmash Gaming. When you first started to realize their play style and like basically the back and forth. Excuse me, I'm not trying to burp, but like it's coming up. Anyways, the back and forth play styles between you guys. What was the kind of the turning factor that was like, oh man, this is gonna be a long match. These guys are at the equal, pretty much the equal playing field as to what we're at.
So we definitely came into this game. We knew that Nomad was just gonna just go off. Use the word crack if you want to use that. But it's a thing about his team that's very unique is that they all have a different play style and they all just have a different day. So we just wanted to figure out what kind of day it was for these guys. And when Nomad got the ace, we already knew what kind of day it was. We already knew what was going to happen. That we were just going to play aggressive. They were not going to be patient any type of play at all. So as soon as we came in, we knew, okay, let's just play patient, let's draw out, let's get more intel, because the more intel we have, the more we can play with their aggression. So that's exactly what we did, and Nomad just, again, he just came out to play, man. This guy was shutting us down nonstop, but luckily we did have Tom today, and Tom came up to play.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, phenomenal plays, time and time again. I said it in the middle of the match, and I'm going to say it again here because I can't say anything more true in my opinion. It was not who was the better player overall. It was who was playing the best that round. And time again, Nomad played better than everyone in the lobby in a certain round. And you know what? Even better for you was Tom played better than everyone in the lobby more times than Nomad. And you have to applaud both players, but I think you need to look at Tom and say, great job. So I just want to say, like, what was the mentality when Tom, was there like a morale boost when he would just kill everyone? Was it kind of like a solemn, like, okay, he just saved us, we need better? What was it?
No, it was definitely a hype build, if you want to use a word like that. There was times that a lot of clutches were happening. That's where we got hyped. But the most times that we got Tom hyped, that's what counted. When Crisis got the clutches, when I got clutches, when Skywalker got clutches, that's when Tom was just out of his mind. He was screaming. He should have been in the party. He was yelling out his lungs, and that's what it meant that, all right, now he's awake. He's ready to go. The first couple matches he was kind of like, here and there. He was sleeping a little bit, but this last match he was definitely coming up. He knew exactly what needed to be done, and he wanted to keep moving on in playoffs.
Well, I I wouldn't even know where to begin to ask with questions. I don't want to ask too many just because of how long the stream has been, and I feel like Tux and me have been casting for quite a long time here. So I want to definitely wrap this up, but I want to say GG to you. I want to say especially GG to Mishmash Gaming. Even though it was a long cast, to be honest, we have not had, or well, me anyways, I'm not sure about Tux, but I have not had an interesting game to cast like that in a long time. It has been a very long time that I have actually seen two teams go head to head against each other, and it actually looked like there was an even chance for both teams to win. And from start to finish, I had no idea whose game it was going to be up until the very last round. It didn't matter what play happened, it didn't matter what cool clutch was in the beginning. From start to finish until the very last kill that you got on Blue Bar, it was anybody's game. And I want to thank you and Nomad. If you're listening, I'm sure you are, or you're going to be watching this later. Nomad, I want to thank you as well for that very much. We just got off a one-sided game, so to switch over from that to this was a great improvement. And regardless of how long it lasted, this was still beyond anything more I could have asked for. As a caster and as a Siege player, that game was intense. The amount of viewers we had, the amount of hype we had in the chat, the amount of just sheer energy and adrenaline throughout from start to finish from every map. Thank you guys. It was a very good map. It was a very good game.
Yeah, I mean, it was
I
phenomenal
expect that
playing
next
all
time.
around.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. And on behalf of Nomad, of course, he's probably saying thank you as well. So,
For sure. With that being said, Monkey, you know the rules. You've been in here as long as I have. Your 30 seconds of fame, I'm going to give it to you. But I feel like after a game like that was intense, I'm going to let you go a little over if you want. But yeah, your 30 seconds is going to start now, buddy.
All right, thank you. So of course, just starting from the get-go, man. Thank you guys for casting this long, long game. And Mex, and hopefully I think it was Tuck as well, casting for a longer time as 5 o'clock it was. So definitely kudos to you guys. Everybody else in the collective supporting us. I appreciate all of you guys. Everyone in the Farside community. I appreciate everyone that supported us and on the long journey. Everyone in the team. Jesus, Simple, Skywalker, Crisis. Tom, of course, man, you guys did amazing today, and I just can't wait to see how you guys perform in playoffs and just keep on going and farther into playoffs. And just shout out to Nomad, his team, man. MMG was outstanding. You guys are always on top of the peaks. We wanted to make this game look like the finals, and that's exactly what we did. And I hoped that you guys did the same, and it looked like you guys did. So I appreciate that. And again, it was just a friendly competition, and I love everybody that's in MMG. So definitely appreciate it. And of course, GG, guys.
Well, with that being said, Tux, buddy, I got to say goodnight to you, man. It's been a good one. I want to cast with you again, though. You have been probably one of the funnest casters I've had. I hope you feel the same.
And I can say the same, definitely. It was a great
Yeah.
experience. We've been here for almost 7 hours.
Yeah.
The first game, that one-sided game, it was it was okay. There were some cool things, but coming out the bat here, this game, almost 4 hours total. Beautiful plays from both team. Phenomenal teamwork. Great frag potentials. This could make you could make an entire 10-minute YouTube video of clips just off of this one game.
Oh, absolutely. And to be honest, I mean, I'm not trying to go above and beyond here with anything, but I couldn't have done it without you, man. Like, I could not, like, to be honest, I'm just saying this out of, like, I'm not saying there wasn't enough content to go off of, but if I would have had to have casted this game alone, there is not a chance on my life that I would have been able to do it. So thank you very much for coming in here, Tux. I really do appreciate you taking the time to cast with me today. I hope to do it soon, man. You are a phenomenal caster. Just know that you are phenomenal.
And I can return the favor. It was a blast. It was a great experience. It was great always having just someone who could always fill in. Anyway, instead of letting to the casters, kiss each other on the cheek, if you want to end it for us, Max.
Yes, I do. And with this night wrapping up to an end, I want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. I thanked you a little bit earlier in the stream, but we topped out at so many viewers. It was insane. You were constantly with us from start to finish, the entire journey. What was that, Monkey?
No, you're good. Continue.
Oh. But yeah, you guys were with us through this entire journey. We had so many of you in here for this tonight. We basically had the same turnout of a finals match without it even being a finals match. So thank every single one of you. Give yourself a little pat in the back for that. If you haven't already, please follow, like, subscribe, comment, anything that you can do to show love on every social media platform that we have at collective_esports on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, any social media platform you could think of, we're probably on there. And also, if you have any friends or anybody trying to get into this local scene, trying to compete as well later on in the future, please do not be afraid to send them send them to us so we can invite them to the Discord. Other than that, thank you, Tuck, so much for being here with me and casting with me today. Monkey, thank you for coming in here and doing this interview. It has been one hell of a day. My name is Mex. He's Monkey. He's Tux. We want to thank all of you for being here. And with that, we'll see you all next time tomorrow at Collective Esports.